making my WWE Crown Jewel 2023 review. This will be about maybe 30 minutes or an hour. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. My video is sponsored by JD from New York, Solomon the Sound Off, Post Wrestling, The Dan Tony Show, Good Might Work Commentary, and Fightful Pro Wrestling. Now, all my favorite podcasters have already made their reviews. I watched them all. They were very long, like 2 hours. Um, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Enjoy my video. Now let's get right into the show. Now, based on what you saw, Crown Jewel was a 3 hour and pay-per-view. A 3.5 hour pay-per-view. There were 7 matches on the card. We did get a pre-show match. It's been a while since they've done pre-show matches on here. Now I'm glad. I'm glad that they're doing pre-show matches. We did get Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough in a very good match. And Roman Reigns is still the championship. John Cena lost to Solo. He got demolished by Solo Sikoa. We got Kairi Sane. She also came back after 3 years. It was reported by Fightful Select and by WrestleVote that Kairi Sane would come back to the company. She came back and she helped Io Sky defeat Bianca. And there is a story to tell where her and Damage Control and Bailey. Last time we saw Kairi Sane was 3 years ago, where she got taken out by Bailey and she was fired. So there's something interesting. She came out to cricket, by the way. I don't think the crowd in Saudi Arabia knew who she was. I don't think so. I thought like her coming back on this show in that match, thought it was lackluster, kind of lame. And also we got Logan Paul, the new United States champion, like we knew he would. I think we all knew he was going to win the title, and we all know why. Now, Logan Paul is a transitional champion. He's only here to have it one of the best, one of the best, one of the best time matches at WrestleMania. It's going to be LA Knight and Logan Paul. That they're clearly setting that up. As for Roman Reigns, the same garbage with Roman Reigns, the typical garbage that Roman Reigns had in his matches. Now we knew that LA Knight wasn't gonna win. We knew that, but it was just lame, same old shit. Again, he wins with help of the bloodline. I will get into that. The usual bloodline interference. Alright. We still got the True Heat Wrestling. Um Now let's get right into the show. Now, not sure where to start off at. Now we got some fantastic promo packages. I think match of the night goes to Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. They told a great story. The promo was phenomenal. Drew McIntyre won No More Broken Dreams. And it was a great match. Now, surprisingly, this opened the show. This match opened the show, which I was very surprised by. And these guys went on for like, I think 20 minutes. These guys put on a classic. Both of the guys were fantastic. Seth Rollins went with the right call. It's all leading to Drew McIntyre's heel turn. Whether he joins the Judgment Day or he turns heel, we could get a rematch at Survivor Series. We also had a pretty good match with Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. I thought the first two matches were great, and then the middle of the show, it all went downhill. The crowd did wake up during Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. They also gave us a very good match, a great match. I didn't like Damian Priest losing clean. I I don't want to count a clean finish because we did see some interferences and some shenanigans in the match. And the way how Cody Rhodes won with the reversals, and I thought it was very good. It protected him a little bit. It does hurt a little bit, but I'm not gonna be mad. They had a great match. Damian Priest is great in the ring. The still teasing he's gonna cast in. He did tease earlier in the show. Then we got the Fatal Five Way. That was also great. I think the best part was the entrances. I think the attire that Rhea was wearing. She had a great attire. She had a great look. Now we all know she was going to retain, and they had a decent match and a very good ending. Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. It was also a very good match, and we all knew Logan Paul was going to win it, and we all know why. There's a lot of plans for Logan Paul. They could be doing Logan Paul and Ricochet. My plan for this, I think they will do Logan Paul and Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, and then WrestleMania we can get LA Knight and Logan Paul in a big feud, a great match, one of the biggest moments in WrestleMania history. So I think that's what they're leading to. And after Rey Mysterio, we could get Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar because he also played a factor in this match where he tried to help Rey Mysterio win and he left the brass knuckles in the ring. Don't know why he would leave him in the ring for Logan Paul to use. Maybe he could turn on Rey Mysterio on SmackDown and they could feud. We'll have to wait and see. And as for the main event, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a very good match. I just didn't like the ending. We all knew Logan Paul wasn't going to win it, and we all said, how did Logan Paul look strong while losing? He can't lose clean. If he loses clean, that's it. He's done. His momentum is done. So he had to lose by a fuck finish with with interference. Obviously, the bloodline got involved. Paul Heyman tried to get involved. Solo tried to get involved. And Jimmy Uso got involved. And Roman Reigns pins LA with a simple spear, 1, 2, 3, and that was it. I didn't like it, but we all knew that was gonna happen. Um, yeah, we all knew that was gonna happen. And I hope this is all leading to War Game, where LA Knight will be in War Game to keep his momentum, to look strong. He'll hopefully that Survivor Series and we do War Games. And as we all been saying, as I've been saying on my channel, it's gonna be Bloodline, Judgment Day against Cody Rhodes, and then all the baby faces. So hopefully they set that up. Now, as for the pre-show, we did get Sami Zayn versus Jay Madonna on the pre-show, and a very good match. There was actually a nice highlight where Sami Zayn was on the top rope trying to jump. Jay Madonna turned Sami Zayn inside out into a barn burner. It's a match. It was actually very good. Sami Zayn, the ending was very good where Sami Zayn hit the haluva kick. He actually did that. I forgot what the move was called. We did that finisher, and he did. I forgot what that move. I forgot what the move called, but I'm glad they hit that win. That was great. Jay McDonald had a great match. Sami Zayn is over as hell. Sami Zayn got the win here. A very good match. We did get Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins to open the show. This match was high spot. We had some big highlights. We had some near falls. This was a very good match. The build, the storyline going into it. Um, Seth Rollins hit Drew with a pedigree, and he kicked out. Then he hit the curb stop. Then out of nowhere, we got a Claymore kick where he kicked out. That was actually very good. And at the ending, I think Seth Rollins won with the curb stop and pinned Drew McIntyre clean. And after Seth Rollins won, we did get Damian Priest teaser casting. Damian Priest teaser casting. He walked out there, gave the briefcase to the referee. All of a sudden, Sami Zayn in a hood comes out, steals the contract from Damian Priest, runs into the crowd, and Damian Priest chases him. Now, a lot of people thought that, man, what if Damian Priest casts in the main event? What if he casts in his opening match? And what if him and Cody Rhodes went for the championship? Will he lost? I'm glad that didn't happen. I don't think Priest is ready to cast in yet. He's still a tag team champion. I don't think he's ready yet. I think he's a have it 3 more months. So I'm glad they didn't cast in. They did tease it. Now, based on what we saw in the opener and the last two matches, it all made sense for War Games. And as I said, and at JD and Solomon said, it's all set for War Games. It's gonna be probably Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Solo against Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and hopefully Randy Because Randy Orton set to return. He was spotted at the Performance Center, so he's set to return. Hopefully, that's what we'll get for more games. Now, Sami Zayn stole it. I think Priest will get it back on Monday Night Raw, and then he'll tease it. Now, Damian Priest had teased it for months now since he won it that he gonna catch another Seth Rollins. He teased it 3 times. Fastlane he tried, and I think Money in the Bank, Fastlane he teased it a lot. I think Priest will be the next heel to beat Seth Rollins. I think they're setting that up. But anyway, we had a fantastic match with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, a very good match. After it was over, we did get Drew McIntyre backstage with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley shot at Drew McIntyre, pretty much saying, "I told you so." And this all leans. I do love the story that we're telling here and the tension for Drew McIntyre and Judgment Day. Is he gonna turn heel when we join Judgment Day? I think Drew McIntyre gotta turn heel. I would love to see a rematch where Drew McIntyre is a full-fledged heel and we get him and Seth as a Seth Rollins ain't gonna be in War Game and he shouldn't. He's the world champion. It's gonna be Seth and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre will turn heel. Maybe we'll get a stipulation, but Drew McIntyre will turn heel. I don't know if he's gonna join Judgment Day. I don't think he should. I think Jay McDonald will be in Judgment Day. I don't think Drew needs to be. So anyway, the second match with the Fatal 5-Way for the woman was a very good match. Rhea Ripley with Kel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Zoe Stark. It was a very good match. We got Raquel and Rhea duke it out. Rhea Ripley did get the win here. I'm gonna put Saudi Arabia, so the woman here, these attires, they're in Saudi Arabia. But we did get a very good match. The ending was fantastic, with Rhea hitting the Riptide on off the second rope onto, I think Shayna was trying to pin Zoe, and then she pins Shayna Baszler to retain, and Rhea to the champion. It was a very good match. The third match was John Cena and Solo Sikoa. Wait, I think Solo Sikoa evades and added to adjustment, and then at one point in the match, John Cena hits a choke slam on Solo Sikoa. When's the last time we saw John Cena hit a choke slam? And the way how he did it didn't look that effective. But this match was, I enjoyed Cena and Solo more than that tag team match at Fastlane. I thought that match was fucking boring and way too long. Going into this match, I was nervous that John Cena was gonna win because they hyped up that he hadn't had a single victory on pay-per-view in like 2,000 something days. It's been 5 years now since John Cena won a pay-per-view. Won a single pay-per-view. Last time he won it was at the Great Royal Rumble where he beat Triple H. That was 5 years ago in 2018. So going into it, I thought for sure John Cena was gonna, but John Cena lost. John Cena is a great wrestler. John Cena is putting over new people. He put over Solo in a very good win, a dominating win. I think Solo hit like how many Samoa spikes? I believe the ending he hit 3 Samoa spikes in this match. And he kept hitting John Cena, demolished Cena. Cena sold it. During this match, Cena, even though he was being hit by the Samoa spike, he was still calling shots. At one point, you can hear John Cena talking to Solo, telling him what to do next. I thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of ridiculous. But it was a very good match. Solo is dominant. Solo getting over it. It was the biggest win of his career. He beat one of the greatest of all time, and John Cena. Happy for Solo. And we'll see where we go from here. After that, we did get this waste of a segment. We got mid TV. Then Grayson Waller comes in, turns it into the Grayson Waller effect. And then we get this guy. I don't know how to say that name, but this guy was a guest on Crown Jewel. We're in Saudi Arabia. So we hit the People's Elbow on Grayson Waller. The Miz hits him with a Gold in the finale. This was a waste of a segment. I could have done without this. I hate when you put segments on pay-per-views like this. This was a waste of time. Who asked for that? Nobody cared about this. This did nothing for Grayson Waller. It actually shits on Grayson Waller, pretty much buries him. It did nothing for The Miz. The Miz is already setting up a feud with Gunther on Monday Night Raw. You will forget about this segment going into Raw and SmackDown. Grayson Waller, he's in a tag team with Austin Theory. And The Miz, he's setting up a feud with Gunther. What the hell is this accomplice? This segment was only here to kill time for this show and to give you something to calm down because we got three great matches. So after that, we did get, I believe we got Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. Logan Paul had a great entrance. He used a Doom buggy to make an electric entrance. Very good. Um, Logan Paul, the new Night Day champion. It was a very good match. The build was great. The hype was into it. Logan Paul, we all knew was going to win it. I predicted he would win it. And as I said, it's setting up Logan Paul in LA Knight because LA Knight is going to be in the mid card. He'll be in another big man. So, a very good match. They can still do Santos and Rey Mysterio non-title because Santos play a factor into the match. So yeah, um, yeah, it was a very good match. I think he the first celebrity to win a single champion in WWE. He was the first single champion. I think for Survivor Series they'll do Logan Paul and Dominic versus Logan Paul. It can be Logan Paul and Dominic against Rey Mysterio and Ricochet since they teased Ricochet last week, and maybe we get Ricochet and Logan Paul on SmackDown, and they can do Logan Paul and Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, and then WrestleMania. Then we get Logan Paul and LA Knight for the title, and LA Knight goes over, gets a big moment. That's a perfect feud, a big match for LA Knight. It all makes sense, and that's how you keep LA Knight strong. So yeah, it was a very good match. The ending where Rey Mysterio went for the 619, but because Santos left the brass knuckle there in the ring, Logan Paul used it to his advantage and caught Rey Mysterio in midair, hit him with the brass knuckle, got the 1, 2, 3, and retained. And that was it. So that was the match. After that, we did get Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. This was the death slot. The crowd was dead silent. I don't think the crowd gave a shit about this match. Like, granted, we've seen Bianca and Io Sky before, but it was the death slot. Crowd was not invested. The crowd was dead silent. After the other matches, after Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio, this match was the death slot. And Kairi Sane came out, assaulted Bianca, and jaw dropping return. But she came out the cricket. She got no reaction. I don't think the fans know who she is in Saudi Arabia. I thought she got a reaction, but she didn't. Thought it was a disappointment. So we Kairi Sane joined forces with Io Sky, and during the commentary, they did say that last time we saw Kairi Sane, she was taken out by Bayley. They're already setting up a storyline with Damage Control and Bayley, and there's some tension with Io Sky and Bayley. Io Sky didn't want Bayley to help her in the matches, but Bayley keep coming out. She did come out to try and help Io Sky, so they could be doing that. I think Kairi Sane will be in Damage Control, and she might replace Bayley. Bayley might go babyface because Bayley needs something. She needs to change her character, and they can do Bayley and Io Sky. I think that what leading to. Kairi Sane and Io Sky are very good friends in real life. I think the pairing is great. Maybe Oscar could get involved, and it could be the three of them taking on Bayley. That would be great. That would make a lot more sense. But Io Sky retains. We're setting up something big for these two. I can't wait. The match that was second to last on the card, uh, Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. This match woke the crowd up. I thought it was a very good match. A very good match. a decent ending. We did get Judgment Day coming out, try to help Damian Priest. Jey Uso came out, super kicked all of them. He had a steel chair. He chased them all away. So Jey Uso can chase all three members of Judgment Day away, down AD and Finn Balor. And it was a very good match. Now Damian Priest came out with the tag team titles, not with the Money in the Bank, because Sami Zayn stole it. So yeah, I'm hoping that okay, um yeah, a very good match. Now this is Damian Priest's first pinfall loss in a singles match since Damian Priest won the briefcase. This was his first singles match, his first loss in a singles match since winning the briefcase. Last time Damian Priest was pinned in a singles match was against Cody Rhodes back in June on the Go Home show to Money Bank. But since he won Money Bank, he's been protected. He won all his singles matches, and tag team matches, he's been protected. He won half of the tag team champions. I think it hurts him a little bit, not that much, because I guess it's understandable, you know. He tried to cash in, his briefcase got stolen by Sami Zayn. Judgment Day tried to help out. Jey Uso came out, and I did like the ending where we got a few, a few. He tried to avert the crossbows a few times. Cody Rhodes hit the crossbow 3 times. The one thing I didn't like was hitting the crossbow. I hope we don't do that for every feud that Cody Rhodes is in. Now he did that again. Brock Lesnar, when he beat Brock Lesnar with 3 crossbows. Now with Damian Priest. Is it only against the big guys? I hope not. I prefer to just hit it once, not just 3 times, because then it will feel forced. That would be too predictable. I don't think people are gonna like that. But anyway, Cody Rhodes won. Very good match. Crowd was into it. Cody Rhodes stayed back on the path to finishing the story. And as I said before, Cody Rhodes is going to be in War Games. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, LA Knight, and possibly Randy Orton return against Roman Reigns, Solo, Jimmy Uso, and Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Because all 5 of these babyfaces have beef with the Judgment Day and with the Bloodline and with Roman Reigns because all these guys got screwed by Roman Reigns. It made sense. Roman Reigns needs to be on Survivor Series. There is no reason for him not being on Survivor Series. No reason. He needs to be on the pay-per-view. He's not going to defend it, but he's going to be on pay-per-view. Why would you have your champion, your top star, off on your top 4 pay-per-view, on your big 5 pay-per-views? So hopefully he can be on pay-per-view on Survivor Series, and it will. Because we need to have a glimpse and a teaser with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. You can't just wait until WrestleMania. I don't think Cody should win the Rumble. We don't need a repeat winner. And we don't need to make it too predictable and too obvious and have Cody Rhodes be forced down our throat. Hopefully not. So yeah, so hopefully we get that for. Hopefully Reigns will be on Survivor Series and War Game. Some people think that maybe they'll do War Games on that Raw. I hope not, because that'll just be lame and not good. They already announced War Games for Survivor Series, but now. So I can't wait to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. A lot of people are looking forward to Survivor Series. But anyway, after this match was over, we did get the main event, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for the Universal Championship. I enjoyed the match. As I said earlier, I enjoyed the match. We did get a very good kick out when LA Knight menacingly kicked out of Roman Reigns' spear. We did get Roman Reigns black LA Knight with a spear to the barricade. LA Knight was mega over tonight in Saudi Arabia. There were a lot of signs of LA Knight of yeah, crowd was invested. Um, yeah. After Nissan Sato, where's it gonna be coming up soon? We do have AEW Collision that's on right now. Well, the show's almost over, but I'm not gonna. I'm doing this right now. Okay. Now, let me show y'all JD from New York. Since y'all, oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Now, time you all to hear his thoughts and review. I'm gonna show y'all the first few minutes of his review. Since you guys heard mine, let's hear Jay from New York.
The of the show. I don't know what had happened, but the show didn't really feel the same in the second half of the show. It dragged. It felt like a never-ending Raw. Some of the audience really didn't pop or show excitement for certain superstars up until the main event. And then that opened up a very similar and familiar can of worms, which didn't leave a lot of people happy this evening.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll start with that because it was the main event and it was the biggest piece of business that WWE had underneath the microscope. How were they going to get LA Knight in this match where everyone knew he was not going to win the championship? How were they going to get him out of Saudi Arabia into Survivor Series with momentum, with the same amount of heat that he has coming into Crown Jewel? Nobody knew. Nobody had an answer. The general consensus was, I don't want to see Roman Reigns win the match the same way he's won the last 3 years.
Yeah, me neither.
And that is with a Solo Sikoa interference, or a Jimmy Uso interference, or a Paul Heyman interference. Of course, WWE gave us the one ending that everybody didn't want, which is leaving a worse case situation for WWE with this Roman Reigns title run. The longer this title run goes on and the longer this reign continues, and the more that WWE has Roman win these matches in the same way, there are more people monthly that are jumping on the bandwagon of, well, Cody should have won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He should have won at WrestleMania 39. I don't disagree with those people. I don't. I've documented several times that everything Roman Reigns has done following WrestleMania could have been done without the WWE Championships. Now, Cody should be the champion now.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anybody said. Cody should be the champion now. If they didn't pull the trigger at WrestleMania 39, it should have absolutely been at SummerSlam. I know everybody wanted it at WrestleMania because it's the setting and the event and the crowd and the moment.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
To me, it's just lazy.
They had a chance to redo it. They had a chance to give back. They had a chance to tell a longer story. Flesh out a longer story. With adversity. That's all I wanted. I wanted a little dose of adversity on WWE television. And they gave us Cody and Brock for 4 months.
Yeah, it didn't help Cody Rhodes. What did Cody Rhodes do since WrestleMania? Have a nothing feud for 4 months with Brock Lesnar? Same old shit, rinse and repeat. Took him 3 matches to be done with Brock Lesnar, to a point where they took a break away, and then he wrestled Dominic. Then he was in the feud with the Judgment Day, helping Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He wrestled Dominic and Money in the Bank, another match that no one cared about. And then he finally gets done with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and then Payback. Well, I wonder, okay, what's next for Cody Rhodes? He's on the Grayson Waller effect on Payback, and he brings Jey Uso in. Then they go after the tag team titles, and then they lost the tag team titles. And since then, it's been the same old shit. We're now in November. Since August, Cody Rhodes has done nothing but feud with the same people. He's been feuding with the Judgment Day, Balor, Priest, Dominic, JD Madonna, the same old shit. Can we give Cody Rhodes something new? Give him a new star, but unless the refile, they have no legit star for Cody Rhodes. There's no one else for Cody Rhodes to feud with besides the Judgment Day and the same old shit. I don't want to see him wrestle Dominic. I don't want to see these nothing segments. And he works like Cody Rhodes comes out, get the wall, and said the same old shit. He's interrupted by Judgment Day, and then he wrestled Dominic. I mean, the same old shit. Harry wrestled Damian Priest, which I did not mind. I thought was a very good match. But no. Like, can we move on? After Survivor Series, you gotta move on. And who did Cody Rhodes feud with after that? Seriously, who did they feud with?
And nothing came of that at all. Meanwhile, Roman hasn't defended the title since SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And tonight was the first time we've seen him at a PLE since he defended the title against Jey Uso.
He's only defended
SummerSlam.
He's only defended 5 times this year.
Roman Reigns and this title run is leaving everybody with a horrible taste, month after month after month after month in their mouth. And I don't know how we collectively can wash that taste out of our mouth.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
For him, LA Knight deserved it. It was a test that WWE gave to him, and he passed the test with flying colors. He passed the Roman test. He passed the Miz test. He passed the John Cena test. But nobody predicted him to win the championship. It was too soon.
Yeah.
Not in Saudi Arabia. WWE had one job to do. Beat LA Knight.
Alright. Denise was saying, let's keep doing that.
Right stuff at.
Come on.
Oh no! Did they really?
Yeah, that commercial was pretty much the worst of it. But like I said, the wrestling itself was good.
Oh man, I know it's so hard, right, to say because it makes you uncomfortable because you know what the situation is like over there. And I remember when WWE was first starting to go to Saudi Arabia, I went and just like did like a Google search, right, to like figure out like what kind of rules they are and stuff. And obviously, for women, the rules are not fun, right? And I remember one of them being like, oh, you always have to walk like a couple steps behind your husband. And I was like, damn, like even little things like that, I would so mess up, because it's something that you're not used to. And just like the clothing thing, obviously, and a whole lot of other stuff. But I think it's always hard though for the performers because like they got to go out there and say whatever the company tells them. Yeah, it's their job, right? So like it's weird that that they're kind of put in a position like that, but it's their job.
Yeah, I get it, but like some of the stuff I was just like, it seemed like they're more like piped in noise than usually with such as well.
Dang, for me, I feel like there was not it. I think they should have even. How do I say this? I didn't think the crowd was that hot at certain parts. And there was one match in particular that when we talk about it, I felt like the crowd was just kind of there. And I remember thinking too, oh my gosh, I know what match we're thinking here, we're vibing. But the thing, Phil, that I was thinking about was the ambiance. I'm like, man, you can tell that you're like not, I don't know, that you're in a different place because of just like the way that the crowd was during certain moments. And today of all days, we got a Miss TV chant. When the hell's the last time we got a Miss TV chant, Phil?
Yeah, Babyface is doing that very good. I didn't know what to make of that, but
it happened. We got a Miss TV chant. Chris Ledeck sends in a super chat saying, I skipped jiu-jitsu to watch this PLE and it was a waste of time in my opinion. Nothing about happened and the outcomes were kind of predictable. Like, look, there weren't any major surprises, but honestly, I kind of didn't mind that.
we did get a pretty big surprise. Kairi's back.
Kairi saying, yeah, I would say that's a pretty good surprise. But I think in terms of like a massive title change, right? Aside from the Logan Paul one, or I know we'll talk about the cash in or like a tease cash in a second, but nothing along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, the Saudi shows still feel like kind of like a star-studded packed house show, and so
these are an after show for this month. They're an after show.
he also picked like the Saudi stuff and kind of the uncomfortable stuff in the middle.
Yeah, you get the good and the bad in there. Sheldon Jackson sends in a super chat saying, my biggest concern about Logan winning the U.S. title is the fact that both the singles title holders on SmackDown are part timers. Somebody needs to come to work more often just to have the title on TV. So I know that. So you know what? Let's go ahead and start there. I'm going to start with that match since Sheldon Jackson got us here with a very generous super chat. So Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio to win the WWE United States Championship. This was my prediction. Like I knew Logan Paul was going to win going into this match. And the reason why I looked at it this way was I had said that I would have really liked for him to win and then go on to face, LA Knight at some point. Like that's honestly kind of what I wanted to see. But here's the thing, like I know everybody's concern is actually what Sheldon is saying here, that people are like, okay, we know that Logan Paul has his hands in all these cookie jars, so he's probably not going to be able to be there as much as we would like to see your US champion there. However, I have a feeling that, and maybe I'm wrong, we'll find out. I have a feeling that they knew that, and I'm hoping there was some sort of plan made to maybe feature him a little bit more consistently if he's going to be the US champion. Do you have any faith in that?
Not really, but I think if you were going to
I
do it,
hope
probably
probably for the Rumble and WrestleMania. Will it be a Survivor Series? He had to be at the Rumble and WrestleMania.
There's only one pay per view left in the year, so it doesn't really hurt them. Um, I do think it is a little bit concerning that the two main champions on the brand and arguably the two biggest stars on the brand are part timers. But I think they've got to start making a plan to put the tag belts as well. Like, I think, the tag belts can float because you have both belts on and such and things, but I definitely feel like they should be moving those belts back to SmackDown. You got teams that can carry their division. You got Pretty Deadly. You got like LWO. You got teams that can fight for those belts.
That's true, by the way. When you talk about the second you said it about splitting the tag team belts, right away I started thinking of all the teams that we're seeing because of unlike the women's tag team division, there are a lot more male tag teams, and we're seeing some pretty good ones, which you just named right now. So I do not hate that at all. Exactly. All teams that you wouldn't mind seeing as champions that are actual teams and would make sense and put on banger matches.
I mean,
So
Street Profits too. I just thought about that. Like, SmackDown's got a lot of
yeah.
tag teams.
LWO. We didn't even mention LWO. Like there's a lot of different options there for the tag team. But anyway, sort of returning back to this US title match, when we were talking about the crowd not really being into a match and we thought we were on the same wavelength. You were talking about this one, right?
I was talking about the second.
Oh
Very
shit.
quiet for that match.
I was talking about this match, to be honest. I was okay, look, I went into this match with Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio being like, okay, obviously we love Rey Mysterio. He's great, whatever. He's an icon. Logan Paul has had nothing but pretty decent matches in WWE. Okay, like his matches haven't been bad. They haven't stunk, nothing like that. But I thought this was possibly his most boring match that he has ever had in WWE. Am I alone in this one here? There was only like one major spot that I liked, and that was kind of it.
I mean, I think he was hitting all the moves. At one point, he hit
Wasn't the best match.
Rudder press into the Warrior Slam. He hit a bust out later. He also hit that fall away off the top rope.
That was cool.
Probably because with Rey Mysterio, I don't think that they didn't really do that much spots. They only know good with the ending.
I don't think it was a bad match, but I think that it was a little funky at times. And I mean, the finish got me interested in what this means for LWO because the second I saw it, I was like, all right, you're doing the kind of the finish you did with the Ricochet match, with the Knights. And so I was like, all right. But then when Escobar came out there, bro, Escobar, ripping that outfit.
Tight pants too. He was like they were super tight. They were white, huh? Like white tight pants. I forgot he was wearing like what, like a yellow shirt, I think.
Yeah, he was like, bro, I'm gonna be on TV. But he left those brass nuts there. I do not think that was an accident. I do think that Escobar is going to turn heel. And I think that makes a lot of sense for him. Because I mean, usually when you do the whole mentor bit and somebody is just being too beholden to somebody, he has been like very hugged up on Ray for months. He took his title shot and acted like he didn't care about it. Nah, he's gonna turn heel.
At one point you start to get sus. You're like, well, how much do you actually really, really love and honor Rey Mysterio? At some point, you're gonna want things like keep in mind that was supposed to be, in his eyes, his United States Championship because it was Rey Mysterio who filled in and ended up getting the title when it was meant to be Santos Escobar's championship. So I mean, like, I can't wait till they tell that full story. But I wonder if moving forward, because you mentioned Logan Paul winning, of course, he had the interference with one of his friends, giving them the nuts, and then of course Santos Escobar leaving them in the ring. Maybe accidentally, maybe not accidentally. We'll see. But the point is that the Ricochet match, he won that way. He won this match this way. This is his new thing. This is his gimmick, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to like him. He's supposed to be, I like how he built it up at the end. He tried to act like, yeah, I honor you. I appreciate you. And the whole time, Ray just like, I saw what you did. He's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I honor you. This is a great match. I appreciate you. I thought all this stuff was good. And I definitely feel like based off the storyline of Logan in the bank, where he wasn't supposed to be in that match, and the main person that had a problem with him being in that match was LA Knight. I definitely think they're going to get back to that, and I think that's going to be the main issue.
They've got to get to that. And in the meantime, I can't wait to see Logan Paul, Santos Escobar.
That could be fun. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do in between now and WrestleMania. I hope he wrestles in between that time. I hope it's not something like, all right, he just shows up in January and wrestles, and then we don't see him again until April. That would kind of suck, but yeah, I think that they could do some cool stuff with him as the United States champion. He's obviously probably going to take it to podcasts and like his like main appearances. I think there's cool things that they can do with him. I just hope that he has matches in between now and April. It's not just like him showing up like, once every 3 months.
I hope he does. Honestly, I hope that they thought about this. The common sense would say, think about this, hash out a plan where we see him at the very least, every other week. How maybe even every 2 weeks.
Every other
Is
week?
that reaching? Is that reaching? I don't know.
Every other week might be generous. I don't know. I don't
Right?
know.
Like you got to do something. I think like tops every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he's got ready-made beats for him. LA Knight's a good one. I think he's got some other stuff he can do with people on SmackDown. I don't expect him to be doing like this Gunther run where he's like this workhorse champion every week on SmackDown. But I think there's cool things you can do with it.
Yeah, can you imagine Logan Paul trying to go on a Gunther run? I mean, that would be crazy, but hey, whatever. Honestly though, I am looking forward to seeing how Logan Paul is as US champion. Happy that they did the title change. One more thing I want to add about this is that I had said that this is what I wanted to see, right? But the other reason for it is if you keep bringing in Logan Paul for these special attraction matches, but then anytime there's a championship on the line and he doesn't win, it's gonna make you the next time he's in a championship match, it's gonna make you think, oh well, he's never gonna win because of his schedule, right?
I feel like they were inevitably going to put it on. This is kind of a good way to do that without putting the world title on. I think this works, and I mean, under Triple H, the mid card titles have meant more. So I think this is good. I think this is a good way to do it. I could be, I could be saying I'm wrong about this 3 months from now, but for now, I think the best fit.
I agree. All right, we got Infamous Raider Loco who sends in a very generous super chat. Thank you so much to Infamous Raider Loco who says, enjoyed the wrestling tonight. Love to see the Pirate Princess back and maybe turmoil with damage control. I wanted Logan to win. I'm glad he did. It's going to stir shit up for sure. Miss TV was a little cringe. I'll have a great night. We might as well talk about Miss TV right now really quickly since there's only so much to say. So this was not for us. Like this was not for you and me, Phil. Okay, this was for the Saudi Arabian
a waste of
audience.
time.
And from the looks of it, they were very happy. They were marking out, so they knew who this person was. So basically, they brought out a guest, Abraham, and they said on commentary that he's the highest grossing. He was in the highest grossing movie in Saudi Arabia, and Michael Cole called him one of the greatest actors in the Middle East. Okay, I cannot say anything about that because I don't even know. I have no idea. And so this was quickly interrupted by Grayson Waller, woo then had all of Mid's TV show furniture taken out and the Grayson Waller effect furniture put in. And this escalated, God, bunch of little shenanigans here, but this ended with The Miz and Abraham basically doing their thing against Grayson Waller, taking him out. And we even see a people's elbow from Abraham. This was cute. It was cute. It was not for us, though. It was for the Saudi Arabian audience. What do you think?
I just think it's interesting all the international shows so far, they brought in Grayson Waller to be the guy that gets beat up every time.
You're right about that.
And he's like kind of just the facto heel that comes out.
And by
I'm very interested to see how they do that in February in Australia.
That's true. Also, good for him, man. You get yourself a paycheck, you show up, you get your ass kicked, you're good on the mic. It's good stuff. Get your paycheck in, man. Good for Grayson Waller on that. But anyways, yeah, that was what it was. Nothing more to add about that. Will Chisholm says, Phil, help us stop the CM Punk stuff. Where are we at with this? There's some CM Punk news like every day.
I think we'll just talk about the fact that during the pre-show, there was CM Punk I still do not believe that this man will be on Survivor Series. I think that he is trolling people. I think that other people are having fun with it, but I don't think he'll be there. You're right. That doesn't mean I don't think he comes back to WWE. I think that there is a big possibility of him going back, but I don't think that
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, by the way. Definitely not in Saudi Arabia. Like, I was not expecting that at all.
very loud. Very surprised by that. Yeah, the people that Saudi Arabia enjoys, they always get like it always be like nostalgia, of course, but seeing like how over Sandy is over there, and seeing how over guys like it makes you feel like some of the
Right, exactly. Infamous Raider Loco says Logan did his interview after he will be around, hopping from Raw and SmackDown, so it sounds like he will be around more. What we'll see. Okay, I didn't know he did an interview afterwards. I'm guessing it's one of those digital exclusive interviews. I never watched those, so I'm so glad to hear that Infamous Raider Loco.
Yeah, I know that he also did a little bit of press.
I don't think there was a press conference this time. Last year we had one, but this time we didn't.
Watch out. Damn,
Hopefully
good
for
stuff,
Survivor
man.
Series.
Birdie Lad says Logan for me first title should be said Logan for me first title should have been tag title, not take with Jake, his brother. Imagine the scene. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I saw what you're mean. No, I feel like Logan on his own is it's fine.
Yeah, because Logan's been there for over a year at this point. So yeah, I mean, the last time he was in Saudi Arabia, he had the big world title match against Roman. So you're gonna keep putting the title match. You're gonna win a singles belt before anything. Jake has wrestled yet.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush to do this.
But I will tell you what though, if he ever does eventually start wrestling and they do team up together, it will be like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see what kind of heat they're gonna get from the crowd because they're gonna look at those two and people are gonna want to hate them. People are gonna want to boo them and it's gonna be good shit to see.
Something I learned off the timeline is also very interesting Puerto Rico hate Logan Paul, man. They hate this man. I did not realize how much they hate this guy. They hate him.
It feels like everybody does. Every time I go on the timeline, I remember, God, when was it? It was maybe like over a year ago. It was a long time ago. I went on Twitter and I don't know what the details were of this, but I think Logan Paul gave like a bad review of a movie. And it was like trending #1 on Twitter because people were so angry at his review. And I thought, damn, he's getting all of this attention because he said he didn't like a movie. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know the details. And plus, I hadn't seen the movie, so I couldn't even give my own opinion on that. But it was just one of those things that, from an outsider's perspective, I was looking at that and was going like, who cares what his movie opinion was, you know? But it's little things like that that you're like, damn, this dude gets a bunch of heat.
Well, he had that controversy in Puerto Rico where he had like, doesn't he have like a home in Puerto Rico or a business in Puerto Rico?
Dude, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's what he has like a business or something in Puerto Rico, and he was getting tax breaks. People in Puerto Rico,
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna Google that later tonight. That's gonna be the Googling topic of the night because I need to see what's going on with that.
I don't know if it's specific enough to say the whole thing, but I know that's part of it. I saw more than one person with a Puerto Rico flag next to their name. Love the song. I hate this guy.
Damn. All right, I'm gonna want to check that out and see what's going on. Stephen Martuli says Rollins versus Drew McIntyre match of the night. Rollins great in the ring. Hot take. Rollins' song is more over than he is. I find it funny that he said that, Steven, you put that right after putting over Rollins' match with Drew McIntyre. Let's talk about that match because that was the opening match of the night. And I feel like if you didn't watch Crown Jewel and you hear me say this was a great match and this was literally what you would expect from these two, I feel like you can kind of picture the match in your head and what kind of match they gave us. But these two, they kicked off the night and what was a phenomenal match. There were some great moments. Of course, you get all of the. When it comes to Seth Rollins, you do tend to get a lot of near falls in his matches. That's kind of like what we get in Seth Rollins matches. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't gonna complain because I love them and I fall for them each time, and they get me hyped up and they get me those feelings that I like to get while I'm watching matches. But there were some good moments here. Like one of my favorite parts was actually when Drew McIntyre did that side slam to Seth Rollins on the ring apron. That was personally one of my favorite spots. But I love this man. But in the end, we do get an actual real finish with like no interference until afterwards. And that's what I appreciated too, that they didn't disrespect this match with an interference or anything like that. But Rollins essentially hit a pedigree and a stomp and got the victory over Drew McIntyre. What did you think of the match? And we'll talk about the post stuff afterwards.
This was the best match of the night. Known Rollins. But this was the match of the night for me. I think this is also Rollins' best match with Sami.
Really? You like them more than the Finn Balor matches?
Yeah, I think this is the best match with Sami. I thought he was incredible here. I think a lot of reversals and pump finishes, like you said, was really good. There was one where I was like, that looked like three until they played it back. I was like, all right. But I also like the stuff like maybe it's my own head canon, but there was at least once in this match where Drew got in position for the claymore and counted down. And the second he went to do it, Seth was ready for it. And I was like, hey, maybe stop telegraphing your finish, buddy, because soon as you went for it, he came and hit you with a super kick right away. But yeah, no, there were a lot of great spots. The super flex off the top rope that Drew in the first his own suplex that was just Nash was mad on the stairs and then picked him up and dumped him right on his back on the apron. Um, really nasty looking spot. Yeah, this was like I said, this was match of the night. I thought the finish was clean. I was sitting there the whole time, like, all right, this is catching is gonna happen, and it kind of did.
So Damian Priest comes out and he teases this cash in, but before he can actually do it, Sami Zayn comes out and he takes the briefcase away from him and runs away with it. I freaking love this. I love this, Phil, because Sami Zayn is not a stupid baby face because we all were expecting it. And I hate when we're all expecting something and they make the wrestlers look dumb, like if they don't watch the show, like if they're
We'll
not
get to
part
that
of the
later.
show. Right, okay, right. But with this specific story with Sami Zayn, he didn't look like a dumb baby face. He knew that what Damian Priest had planned up his sleeve and he was ready for it and he put a stop to it. I like that. Simple, easy, and it gave people this moment of, ooh, we're gonna see a cash in, and oh, it didn't work out. And also, I love that it happened afterwards and not, anywhere in the body of this match or towards the end.
Yeah, I love that they let them just have a clean match with no shenanigans. And Drew lost clean, which you got to call back to the stuff with Rhea as well. The Rhea looking on NXT. I told you, I thought that stuff was good. Very heavy-handed things that Drew was probably going to turn heel. I'm all here for that. Drew heel is much needed. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad to see him back and getting cheers, but I very much want to get him. But I thought it was genius to make Sammy the guy that came out and stopped the casting because you're always going to risk if somebody stopped the casting getting booed. As popular as that guy is in Saudi Arabia, they were not going to boo him. The second he got out there into the crowd with the briefcase, they greeted him like he was man of the people. They all surrounded him and they were like, you would have thought this guy was the biggest hero in the world.
And it's true because that's like Sami Zayn gets like a phenomenal reaction. And I know we didn't mention this, but he did have a kickoff pre-show match against JD McDonough. Nothing really too extraordinary that happened at this pre-show match, but Sami Zayn hits an exploder into a turnbuckle, hits the Blue Thunder Bomb, gets the victory, and
Sammy won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Don't see that too often.
Yeah, the Blue Thunder
thumbs
Bomb.
up,
I'm
man. But
definitely.
like even his reception, man. And keep in mind, Sami Zayn gets a great reception everywhere, but his reception in Saudi Arabia, hits a little bit differently.
I also thought it was very ironic that he came out here as a guy in the hoodie this time.
Oh,
So what you
okay.
did there, Sammy? Because that certain other stable that you used to be in has screwed a lot of people over by somebody coming out in a hoodie.
That is true. That is true. I didn't even think about that. Will Chisholm says, I do love the story how Santos loves Ray. We know the man really feels that way, but the gimmick has hate in his eyes. Yes, exactly. It's like he is able to part it and see it both ways because like breaking the fourth wall. We all know that Santos is a big fan of Rey Mysterio. We get it, right? But in storyline, it's like we're getting it, but like Will Chisholm says, you can see a little bit of the hate or jealousy
Yeah.
maybe in his eyes, just a twinkle of it.
Yeah, and I think he was notoriously a heel on NXT, and he was very good at it. Um, I think both of his guys that he brought up with him are going to side with him because they're his guys. They're not really his guys. And I could see Carlito siding with him as well. Carlito is notoriously a heel character. Spitting apple in somebody's face is a heel move.
Exactly. Although we love it and we all wish that we can kind of do it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and press on and continue. I want to get into the women's match here. This was Rhea Ripley defending, excuse me, her women's world championship against four other women: Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. Now, I'm going to be real with you on this one. Really enjoyed this match a whole lot. And to be honest, there were two parts that I really liked. The first one was I loved the interaction with Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. Now, I'm not a Nia Jax fan at all, to be honest. I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not there. But I'm going to give her credit because this was a really cool exchange during this match. And I thought that it made both women look really freaking cool. And then the other exchange that I loved was what she did with Raquel. And when they both did the boot to each other, I thought that was really cool. So those were two moments. The finish was very fun as well. Rhea Ripley ends up getting the win here. And I think that for the most part, we all were really expecting that. But I will say this though, I kind of felt like it was a little short. I don't know, I don't know. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more, especially because I didn't think we got enough of Zoe Stark. I think that she's been really, really presented well on the main roster, and she's kind of grown so fast, like faster than like any other girl that I can recall in recent times. Going from NXT, and then kind of like getting right in with all of the big deal girls, right? The top girls on the card. And aside from that big leap that she did off of the top rope, there really wasn't much for Zoe Stark in this match. And so that was the only criticism I had, where I wanted to see a little bit more there. But I did think that they made Rhea Ripley look really good in this match when she had those exchanges with some of the girls that I mentioned. What did you think of this match?
I thought they made Rhea look like a massive star with her entrance and everything.
Yes.
I don't really understand the entrance. I know that the guys were holding incense, but I don't know
I didn't think it was
I
that
don't know.
good,
All I know
but
is
we
that
was
the
the
incense
boss.
supposed to make your like house smell good.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm sure there's
it's a
way more to that.
There's a spiritual meaning though behind it. I don't think it's just the smell, but I think there's like some significance of like them coming down standing on the side. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I thought the entrance was cool. I thought it made Rhea look good. It reminded me a lot of like, she doesn't get a lot of pay-per-view matches, but when she does get like a big deal.
She's only been on 4 pay-per-views, and she's only defended 4 times on 4 pay-per-views.
Shayna Baszler was not that three-way submission she did was awesome. I thought that was really cool. It made me want to go like, man, give Shayna her title match, man. Like, I wouldn't be mad if she got the one-on-one match at this time. But I thought it was good. Like you said, Zoe getting the top rope spot. That looks really cool. You got the cameraman tripping, kind of making a cool visual.
Did he trip? I thought they did that on purpose.
I think it looked like he tripped. It looked like he fell.
Oh, you know what he probably did? He was probably like this, and then he probably like launched himself back to get the shot, and then probably slipped a little bit. I don't know. I thought he had done it on purpose, but it was so freaking cool that it just worked out, whether if it was accidental or on
Happy accident.
purpose. Yeah, it could have been like a nightmare. He could have like literally ruined the entire moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, he kept the shot in frame and everything. It just looked like he like either tripped over something.
Everyone's saying
Something
he did slip. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
slip. Oh my god, that's so funny. I thought he just kind of did like a thing where he like went back and got that freaking cool shot. I'm like, oh, that's dedication right there.
Yeah, you could tell because the camera kind of jumped a little bit. That's how I think.
Right. Like it wasn't a clean pan or anything like that. Hey man, give that guy a bonus. His slip made Zoe Stark look like she was freaking, I don't know, what superhero that's female flies? Wonder Woman? She
Correct.
flies, right? She flies? All right,
Yes.
Wonder Woman. She made her look like freaking Wonder Woman, okay?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought all of the women came with some great looks with their gear as well. Raquel had all red gear like Morgan did. The one time she came. It's always funny when we get these kind of matches as well, and you see Shayna with the G on, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I guess.
All right, we got a super chat here from Taylor Cannon who says Rhea Ripley is such a star, and I completely agree. I think everybody here agrees. Taylor Cannon, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you a whole lot. All right, and let's keep it going here, and let's get into Solo Sikoa defeating John Cena. All right, man. I feel like, look, I didn't hate this match, but I didn't love it either. It was just there for me. There was pretty much the whole story going into this was clearly John Cena's trying to end that streak. He's trying to get himself a singles televised win. It's been way over 2,000 days since he's gotten that. Solo Sikoa has pretty much been threatening him with the Samoan spike. He got him with the Samoan spike 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. So then on last night's SmackDown, we see John Cena come out with a raspy voice. And so basically, he's trying to avoid the Samoan spike because, hey, we all know that he's Mr. Hollywood now. And we don't do silent films anymore. People gotta talk, all right? John Cena needs to talk and use his voice. And then on top of that, whenever he does promos and stuff. So that kind of worked into the story. And there was a lot that we kind of saw here, some brawling. Of course, Solo Sikoa trying to go for the Samoan spike, but then John Cena finding different ways to kind of get out of it or countering, whether it be with like the SPFU or stuff like that. But eventually, Solo Sikoa ends up winning this match by getting John Cena with numerous pipes. I don't even know how many he got him with. He was just freaking going like he looked like he was trying to break an ice bag. Like honestly, that's what he was doing. He was freaking going in on John Cena and finished him off, laid him out, and in the end of this match, we do see a standing ovation for John Cena. I know it's hard to predict whether or not John Cena is going to be around for much longer, especially with the Hollywood strike. We just don't know. But what did you think of this match? And did they make the right call having Solo Sikoa defeat John Cena and defeat him in the fashion in which he did?
John Cena did not understand what they saw in Austin Theory. He gave Solo so much more than he gave Austin Theory at WrestleMania. I mean, first of all, going into the match, selling the fight, and coming with the raspy voice and the promo, tells you how much he gave him. But then he respected this man's finish so much. We saw him doing limb. He saw him targeting limbs. We don't see this man doing this at all. He's not a submission wrestler. And so for him to come out straight away and target the limb, like, I got to take away this fight. And he did that for most of the match. I was like, John Cena is really a limb wrestler out here in 2023. What's going on? But yeah, I thought that was good. Even when he started the 5 moves of doom, I thought it was over. And then when he got Solo up for the AA, he slid out. I was like, oh, it's not. Got him up, hit him with the Samoan drop, and it looked like he was in trouble from then on. I was like, wait, did Cena really lose this match? And sure enough, he ended up losing. Good for Solo, getting revenge for Umaga, getting revenge for the Circus. I appreciate that. Putting this man away with Samoan spikes like Umaga should have done years ago. And not just putting him away, but completely obliterating this man. Like, This is honestly, this is the biggest beating this man has possibly taken since Brock Lesnar.
Right? You don't often see John Cena in those situations. Like I would have thought like maybe one, maybe two, tops three Samoan spikes. But like I said, I lost count of how
At
many
least
he
it
did.
doesn't.
But he did a way more exactly. So it was kind of different to see John Cena in that light. I don't know. I hope that I don't want to say that I hope John Cena's still around because then that means I would hope for the strike to continue going, and that's definitely what I do not want. I want the strike to end. So with that being said, I guess John Cena leaving would be a good sign because then the Hollywood strike is over. So kind of weird to say that, but of course I want John Cena to be in WWE whenever he can, right?
Yeah, I just don't buy it. That's how they try to.
I don't think so either.
They try to, and we've seen Giannis do this more than once. He acted like he was done after Rock beat him at WrestleMania. After AJ beat him, he acted like he was done as well. That was a SummerSlam match, I believe, where AJ beat him. And, had that sad walk of shame after that. And I'm just not buying it. He's done this to us more than once now. Yeah, he's older. He's got the big balls. I'm just not buying he's done.
I don't think so either. It didn't feel like it. I think he's still. I mean, I don't know for like this run that he's on right now, this like short run that he's on. Maybe that portion of it may be over, but I do think that we're going to continue to see him at least come back and try to get his one match a year. But also, I still don't think he's done for like this time period because again, you can't tell, you just don't know. And I feel like they can still do a lot more. And he did the job, right? He got Solo Sikoa over with that finish and he can go get his win some other way with somebody else that maybe doesn't need a big win like Solo Sikoa did. But I did love what that did for him, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of appreciate the story of him going, I don't deserve a title shot because I've been losing. And so he figured, oh, well, if I beat his, de facto right hand man at this point, maybe I can slide back into the title picture. Nope, he just ended up getting destroyed by Solo. But yeah, I don't think he's done. There's no way that John Cena's retirement match is going to be the Solo Sikoa in Saudi Arabia. I do not believe that.
It could be worse. It could be against Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. I know, it's your job, so my guitar depresses me every time. All right, Will Chisholm sends in a super chat saying Solo was that dude in movies when someone who's dead, he keeps on shooting them. Bro, for reals, man. You're like, he's dead already.
He didn't double tap. He kept on tapping.
You let them, I'll be honest, I do like that, and I'll tell you why. So don't laugh at me. I already took
At Domino's, you can get more than just
So, okay.
I know. I don't know, missed the boat or something, whatever. The point is that I ended up watching Halloween 1 and 2. And there was a scene a couple of times that would piss me off. So when Jamie Lee Curtis, I forget her character's name, Lori, right? Lori?
Yeah.
When she's in the movie and she has him down, she has Michael down. And like instead of finishing the job, she like turns around, she puts the weapon down, and she's like, "Oh my god, I escaped that!" And dude's like right there, just laying there.
The jump scare after that.
Yeah, but it pissed me off because I'm like, girl, if this was me in this situation and Michael Myers was in my house and I had taken him down, you bet your ass that I would be still like stabbing the man or doing something to make sure he's like dead.
Yeah, you have to get that little bit of silence just so like the wailer piano can hit up again, and like the main theme will hit, and he'll just jump back up the tree.
But it made me so mad. I'm like, this is unrealistic. Get the job done, girl. Get it done. All right. So that's why I'm gonna give kudos to Solo Sikoa for getting the job done. All right. The dead man of RWT, Paul Morales, says CJ crowd sucks. Zero reactions, in my opinion, for the women in Kairi's return. And Jimmy, I called Jimmy interfering on your stream last night. DWO for life, Latina Heat. Thank you so much to Paul Morales on calling all of that. But yeah, there was no reaction for Kairi's return, but I think that's because they didn't really know who she was. Am I wrong? I don't know.
Well, that's why I thought you were talking about the women's match. It was that second women's match. It was very quiet. And
yeah, that one was too.
And then even like you got that clip of the guy recognizing Kairi in the crowd, and he's like, "Hey, Kairi," and she just turns around and throws up the peace sign at him. So people knew her, but it was not. There was no pop for Kairi.
It was crickets.
I think for story reasons, it makes sense
For sure, for sure. All right, so let's get into that match. We got Io Sky defeating Bianca Belair to retain the WWE Women's Championship. I thought their first match that they had at Backlash. Here's the thing. I'm kind of debating, and you can help me out here. I don't know if I thought that the Io Sky Bianca Belair match at Backlash was better because of the way that the crowd was, or if it was better because of the actual body of the match. Like in my mind, I remember the Backlash match being better all around. Then I started thinking, was it maybe just because of the way that the crowd was so invested in Io Sky that it made me all of a sudden just care for that match and see that match so much more than this one? But this one was polar opposite. Like you said, there was no reaction. And so for that reason, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I think I like the Backlash match more.
Um, I think the backlash match is a little bit better. I thought the women's Red Cardinal match, um, it was a slower match than I
It was
expected.
actually this match with the death slot. Crowd was dead silent. Io Sky came off the crickets. She came out the cricket. Now this is also the storyline for Damage Control. Last time we saw Io Sky in WWE, she got taken out by Bailey, and she was fired. It made sense. Now it is all leading to Bailey turned on.
So let's talk about the finish and what went down. So the finish basically had Bianca Belair. She was already in control, but then suddenly we did have Kairi Sane come out of nowhere. She attacked Bianca, and I'll be honest, like my first reaction to this was, damn, I forgot how petite Kairi Sane is. Like that was like the first thing that stood out to me, and like I had completely forgotten, and she just looks so tiny and they're so adorable. But anyways, at one point, I actually thought Bianca was gonna get counted out when they started to do the count out. I'm like, oh shit, she is gonna be done. But obviously, she makes it back in before the 10 count, and she ends up getting laid out by Io's moonsault, and that's how she ends up winning this match. So clearly, it was with the help of Kairi Sane. And then afterwards, though, we had Io and Kyrie hugging it out, and Bailey, her bestie, left out there in the dust, and she was just like watching and like not happy with this at all. So, what do you think is going to happen? Like, we've been waiting for the breakup of Damage Control. Do you think we're going to see them all get along and be best of friends, or are we going to see Io and Kyrie kind of go off on their own and leave Bailey and Dakota to do themselves, to do whatever?
Well, there's a lot of
I think Damage Control is already a failure.
went on to win the Mayo Classic and go on to be NXT champion. So they do have history. I think immediately I'm glad that Cole brought it up immediately. The person that beat up Kyrie and sent her away was Bailey. There's been little bits of dissension between Bailey and all year. Um, so you look at things like Bailey, saying that she wanted a triple threat match, but she didn't say she wanted it. Um, so yeah, I think you're now looking at if there's any mistrust between Io and Bailey, Kyrie's gonna be the one that pushes that over the edge because she's gonna be in her ear saying you cannot trust her. Yeah, I think it's over for Damage Control. I think it's a wrap. Um, very interesting that Dakota was in the mix for this, but I think that it's over for this. I think that Bailey is Bailey's in trouble, man, because now she's got another friend that she's had friends with the longest. Other tiebacks in the Classic is Io won her semifinals match to go to the finals. The first person they greeted her was Kairi Sane. They had the tag team in NXT that never got to move up to the main roster because Kairi moved up on her own and ended up being in the tag team with Asuka. So yeah, a lot of scenes there. I also do not believe that Kyrie's going to come back and not be friends with Asuka. I can very much see this turning into Asuka, Kyrie, and Io.
A new Damage Control.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I know,
Whatever
but
they
you
wanna
get
call
what I
it.
mean. Like a new girl group.
But I can see that happening for a lot of reasons. I think even if you look at the fact that Michael Cole has continued all year to say, yeah, Asuka's in a tag team with this guy. He said this more than once. The fact he's mentioned Triple Tails more than once it doesn't feel like so yeah, I definitely think we're looking at things.
And I kind of like the way that they're doing it too, where like we were all expecting Bailey to turn, and now it's more so going to be of like, like you mentioned, Kairi Sane's going to be that wedge that ends up breaking them apart. So I kind of like how things are the story is kind of shaping out differently than we expected. Like, still a breakup of damage control, but it's not going to be the way that we maybe thought that it was going to play out, like in a match or something, right? Because I thought going into this, oh yeah, Bailey's definitely gonna. She's definitely going to ruin Io Sky's match against Bianca. That's what I thought was going to happen, right? But maybe that was a little bit just too simple. But we ended up getting Kairi Sane. She's back, of course, former NXT Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, and she is there. We got a super chat here from Will Chisholm who says, we might get a Japanese women's faction with Io and Kyrie. We really know Vince is not booking. Bailey had that look on her face like my friend is with her real best friend. Ooh, that's rough, especially if they've, obviously with her putting her out before. So I think I feel a little bit of sympathy for Bailey here. Can I be honest? I feel sympathy here.
I mean, this is chicken coming home for a while. It did look away like even if you look at the way they framed the ending of this, it looked exactly like Kyrie raising Io's hand at the Mae Young Classic. It looks almost like frame for frame the same. Yeah, I think it's not looking too good for me.
Will Chisholm, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that and appreciate all the support that you've been sending in. All right, and let's go ahead. Actually, we got another super chat. This one's from Jay Hudson. Thank you so much to Jay, who says, Reg thoughts on. Oh, is he calling you Reg or is he saying Reg's thoughts? Reg's thoughts on Rick to AEW, and who do you think Seth? Okay, so we got Phil today, by the way, guys. This is Phil.
Not Reg, sorry.
Reg is on Wednesdays. Don't worry, he'll be back Wednesdays. But Phil's thoughts on Rick to AEW, and who do you think Seth's opponent is for WrestleMania? Will Ospreay or CM Punk? I want both of your opinions, Ospreay or Punk for Seth. Okay, so first of all, with Seth Rollins, he doesn't like CM Punk. He called the man a cancer. I was there when I saw him. When I saw Nick Hausman ask that question, and he got that answer. Yes, yes. I don't remember if I had just finished interviewing Seth or if I was next. It might have been next. I don't know. But I remember standing there watching the interview, and I'm like, I was laughing because the second Seth Rollins did it, I could see like Nick Hausman's eyes just like bulge out, and I was like, right there, he got his viral clip right there, and it was so crazy how like you see it happen, it goes up online, it blows up, and you're like, yeah, I saw like a viral clip happening. But anyways, and of course, right now it's not looking like CM Punk is going to WWE. At least that's what's being put out there. Who knows? Formulate your own opinion, I guess, on that one. And Will Ospreay, we still don't know where he's going, but chances are he's headed over to AEW. That's probably more likely where he might go. And then, yeah, anything you wanted to add here?
My thoughts on this for AEW, I don't understand the timing. I don't know where we're going to get. It just seems pointless. Steph, I feel like his opponent for WrestleMania is going to be Duncan. I think Duncan's going to win the Royal Rumble, and I think he's going to be his opponent at WrestleMania. I don't buy into Ospreay signing with them. It very much feels like he's going with AEW. I know what he tweeted today. He tweeted to I to get people talking, and then Steph was like, "Hey man, water's warm over here." I'm not buying it. I don't know how much I'm buying the CM Punk thing. I do think that there's a nice piece of irony that both of these guys have complained about not main event WrestleMania. And I think the best chance for them both to main event WrestleMania could be together on night one for the World Heavyweight title. But I don't think it's
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a nice picture and it's a cool idea, but cool ideas don't always pan out, right?
Yeah. How often do our fantasy booking?
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Jay Hudson, thank you so much for the generous super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jay. All right, and we got another one here from Will Chisholm who says, to be fair, Seth don't like Cody either, but I think it's Seth versus Gunther. Oh, we got another person will here agreeing with you.
Yeah, I think the story is there. This guy has milked this vaccine for months, and this is a guy that chops people very hard and does really big power bomb. I really feel like that's going to be the end of
Can I just say one thing, by the way? We need to stop leaving Gunther out of these PL leagues.
Well, he can't travel. That's the thing that came out today.
Oh, shit, I missed that.
You can't travel internationally with him.
What?
So, yeah, that's the rumor that came out over the last few days. So people are already saying he could possibly miss elimination chamber.
Oh my God, no wonder. I was like, why the hell do you keep freaking Gunther off of these PLEs?
I don't think it's all of it, but that might explain why he switched. Which I hope they fix that by the time they do this big show. But they have a big show coming up internationally later
And
next
yeah,
year.
so they have the Germany show, Bash at Berlin or Berlin Bash. I forgot what the Bash at Berlin. Forget what month it is, but it's later on in the year, like later on. And then of course Elimination Chamber in Australia.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a long term thing. I forgot the reason.
Probably just yeah, some same beef dishes. Probably that's probably what it is. All right. Well, we'll talk more about that once we get some more information. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. So this match here, honestly, like was not a bad match at all. But we had so many interferences. We got JD McDonough interference, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Jey Uso, and eventually we do see Cody Rhodes get the victory here. He ends up hitting Cody Cutter off the top rope, and then goes for the pin. It's a near fall. And afterwards, for the actual finish, he gets not one, not two, but three crossroads on a Damian Priest. Okay, you know what? Didn't take him out with one. Good for Damian Priest. He takes three crossroads, and Cody Rhodes gets the victory here. I think that we definitely needed to see Cody get this win. Like there was no way around that. Like you needed to see Cody get the win. He's on his path now, hopefully, to Roman Reigns eventually for WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. But what did you think of the actual body of this match?
I thought it was a bit more interference than I would have liked to see, but Tony's such a good baby face at the moment that it just worked. He came out and the crowd into it the entire way. I thought it was very interesting that Cole kept saying he's back to finishing the story now. Like they really wanted to feel like he's on his way back to the title picture, which I think is a good thing because it felt like this guy's been running in place for months, especially since the Brock Lesnar feud. Like the fact that he's been still wrestling Judgment Day and Dominic all this time is just ridiculous. Get this guy.
Right now, when you said it, Dominic, I was like, I forgot that was his big match was against Dominic.
That was money in the bank match, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that. Dang. All right. Well, I do want to go ahead and get into our main event. However, before we do, just a friendly reminder to everybody if you haven't already, head on over to Apple Podcasts. And if you've enjoyed this podcast or any of the previous ones that I've done, please make sure to leave a review. I'm trying to get to 100 ratings by the end of the year. There's 2 months left, and I only need 22 reviews. Please, if you have the time, go and leave a review. It really mean a whole lot to me if you guys did. It just helps out the podcast a whole lot, helps it rank higher, helps more people find it, and thus helps the podcast actually grow. So if you guys have the chance, once again, the link is in the description box below, and go and check out the Apple Podcast review page. All right, we got one more match to get into, and actually one more thing. Tomorrow I will be here to do a noon Pacific Standard Time bonus podcast. I will be talking about AEW Collision, and I will be doing that tomorrow since I haven't gotten a chance to watch Collision yet today. So I'll be doing a bonus podcast tomorrow for anybody who wants to hang out and talk about Collision. And then on top of that, I'll be back for my normal slate of shows next week: Tuesday NXT, Wednesday AEW Dynamite with Reg, and then Friday night SmackDown. And then Saturday, we don't got a pay per view next Saturday. Nope. So we're back to AEW Collision. All right.
Like a physical calendar back there?
Oh, oh my, Phil, do you not know this about me? Oh my God. I am a calendar notes addict. That's the best way that I could say. I have a weekly, you know what? Here's a special. I don't show this very often. Here's the special. I'm going to show you my calendar for this week, just this week only. Here we go. I have it taped. Every week I tape a new one. Hopefully I don't have anything personal on here, but I don't think so. This is my
What?
weekly calendar.
That's not what I thought it was gonna look like. What?
I buy a whole pack. I told you. So this has been this year. You know? So like every week I do a calendar. And so So every time I turn back and face the other side, that's because I'm looking at next week's calendar. Because the current week is always here to my left, and my previous for my next week it's here in the back. But anyways, I am a calendar addict. You don't even know. Hold on, this is an exclusive right here. And I'm also a markers and highlighters addict. Like really bad.
Why did anyone
It gets
think that
worse.
many highlights? Why do you think that many highlighters?
I also have a sticker problem. I just ordered actually like 3,000 stickers. Yes, like 2 days ago. They came. And I had a great time with them.
3,000? Why do you?
I already organized my 2024 calendar. I know nobody wants to hear this, but I did it the other day and I'm very, very excited about it. Like it's already like pretty much done and going. So next year's calendar already rolling in. I've already put the stickers. It's good to go.
I don't know what I'm doing next month. So,
Drew Turner says the calendar is giving me anxiety. George Rosa says, "Oh yeah, that's me. I can't function. Like I need to write things down, or I will completely forget."
you can just put everything in like your
Nope.
calendar in your phone, right?
No, I
And it'll
can't do
send you the
digital.
alert.
No.
You don't have to do that.
I've tried digital. I can't do digital. Like it's just,
PNH is here to make sure you have the right parts and parts.
The commercial, my bad.
PNH.
I'm a psychopath, Phil. You giving me this? She's a psychopath face.
Yeah,
You-
I did not expect like all of the colors on it. I thought it was just
Damn.
like a regular calendar that you like flip over.
Yeah,
I feel bad because it's worse.
yeah.
So like, well, I'm not gonna show you everything, but there's a whole wall.
Yeah.
There's a whole wall. I'll send. You know what? Because you're a friend, I'll send you a picture tonight of the wall. Only people that come here can see the wall, and you're gonna see the wall. Don't worry, I'll send you a picture. All right. you'll. Someone Tony says, "How much is the calendar?" It's super cheap. You can get it on Amazon. It's like less than $20, and you get like 52 blank sheets. It's one sheet per week. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, all right, let's get to Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. And I mean, sorry, not Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, excuse me. Roman Reigns, LA Knight for the undisputed WWE Universal title. This is the big match, the big moments that we were all waiting for. What the hell is going to go down? I think for the most part, a lot of us pretty much knew Roman Reigns was going to get the win. I think it's the right call to have Roman Reigns win. I did not by any means think that LA Knight should win, and I'm glad they didn't do that. But I'm also glad with the way that they kind of ends up doing the finish where you do see LA Knight pretty much get a 3 count, except that Jimmy went and put the leg of Roman Reigns, so pretty much ruined his opportunity there. But Roman Reigns gets the victory after spearing LA Knight, retains his championship. What do you think of the body of the match?
I at this point am very bored from this. We've had a very similar match so many times, and I feel like this year in particular, you had a guy that was incredibly over on the other side of the ring with him, and so you kind of just want them to step out of this match formula at least once. They just won't do it. They just want to stick to the same match formula where you have the same build of the match, the same exact hope spots, the same exact comeback spots, the same like rest holds and everything. At least this match was less of the Roman like walking around and talking stuff. It was at least more of a concise match. But and I'm just ready, man. The entire time I was thinking like, man, fast forward this thing, WrestleMania, man. Get that off, man. It's really time.
Well, good thing we're only November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. No, wait, I went too far.
That's why you need a physical calendar. I guess.
I just kept going. I'm done.
This is why you need to be able to like flip the pages and say this is where it is.
We're almost there. We're almost in April.
It's
All
what,
right,
7
guys.
months? It's 7. No, sorry. No,
I can't think
this
right
is
now.
November. 6 months.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
I counted it like it was October.
6. Yeah, there you
No,
go.
6 months.
Katie Crawford says 154 days, I think, and I think Roman Reigns is now at 1,160 days.
But the match itself was fine. I think that this made LA Knight look good. It made LA Knight look this makes me feel like this is definitely gonna be like his big star making match when he does beat LA Knight or has his match with LA Knight at WrestleMania. But yeah, not much I can think of other than that for this match. It was pretty much a Roman match. It was fine. Like it was a pretty good match. It just felt like the same Roman match we've seen several times.
Yeah, yeah, I will say this. Like, I think to me, the match, maybe it's because I'm just not that big of an LA Knight fan, to be honest. So I think for me, the match was missing fireworks in terms of like the actual body of it. Like, I don't feel like I got the fireworks in this match for me. And I don't know, I just wasn't as into it as maybe some other people were. Again, I didn't think it was a bad match by any means. In fact, it was probably the best LA Knight match we've seen, but I just wasn't that into it. And I guess it's just a me thing.
Well, I think it's because you never expected LA Knight to win this match. It felt like
Yeah,
LA
no,
was
I
gonna,
didn't.
it felt like LA Knight was gonna lose throughout the entire thing. The crowd was very into it. This guy was insanely over, even in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I like that they all had the little paper signs.
Yeah, you can see kids in the crowd wearing like the LA Knight leather vests and stuff. This guy is over. You can hear people chanting LA Knight way before the match as well. Like this guy, he's ready. You got to push this guy soon. You gotta put a belt on him.
Yeah, have them go for that U.S. title with Logan Paul. They can do their whole thing there. I think that would be great. I would love to see those two go at it on the mic. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. But this, I thought this was all was just LA Knight. The biggest match to date, probably the biggest match of his career, and I thought he did well. I thought he looked the part. The crowd is still invested in him. Whatever you want to do with him after that, we're off to the races.
Exactly. All righty. Well, there you guys go. Whew, that was Crown Jewel 2023. Before we go, if you guys want to get any last minute thoughts, now is the chance to do so. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and allow Phil the floor to, let us know where people can check you out and where people can support you.
Yeah, you can watch me every Saturday at noon. Co-hosting Rhapsody with Mike Stretch. We, of course, didn't have an episode today because started the show. So we will have a show tomorrow at noon Eastern, 1 5 Eastern. Usually we are on Saturdays. Find my writing office is what I get to read great play that was here in Chicago in the theater. Unfortunately, tomorrow is the last day of it. So if you haven't gotten out to see it, go out to see it Sunday if you are in Chicago. Hopefully, there'll be more shows like this.
Nice, nice. Well, guys, make sure to check out
Yeah.
Rhapsody, a great show. You guys know, obviously, see you guys here every single Wednesday too. So make sure to check that out as well. Our AEW Dynamite post show. As for me, just guys, you know where to find me. I'm always at the same place at _ Jimmy Salcedo. Don't even know where my banner is at anymore, but here it is. Oh yeah, you guys know where to find me. And then of course, please head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave a review if you can. And we do got one final super chat in here. This was from Delayed Droughts. It said, Crown Jewel 2023 theme. That happened. Yeah, honestly. Oh my God, before we go, did you see my tweet? I got shamed today. Oh my God. So I was working today. That's why I didn't get to, do the Crown Jewel post show coverage that I normally do, right? So I was on set doing interviews. I do like correspondent work for an MMA company. And so one of the guys that I was interviewing, so in between my interviews, I had little breaks here and there, right? I had Crown Jewel on and I was watching on my phone, but during my interviews, I would pause it so I could do my interviews, right? And so
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to skip these commercials. I'm trying to skip my commercials.
Oh, defend yourself.
No, I mean, yeah, but I was just like, what am I gonna say? Like, honestly, what am I gonna say? If I wasn't a wrestling fan and somebody else was a wrestling fan, I would be like nerd. You know, it's different when you're a fan or when you're not a fan. I don't know, I can't explain it, but I was just like, yeah, that's it. Like I didn't say anything, but it was like he did it in a joking way. It would have been in a rude way, totally understandable. Like totally understandable. I would have been like, what the hell? I make a living in this, you know. But it was obviously negotiable and stuff like that, you know. But anyways, I got shamed today. It was embarrassing. Delayed Gratz, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that a whole lot. Alrighty, everybody, that is it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, and we appreciate you guys very, very much. Catch you tomorrow for the AEW Collision Post Show. Thank you, everybody.
Well, it looks like that was it. Alright. Now let's go back to the other one.
Make them look strong and get them into Survivor Series. I don't know what Survivor Series is going to give us. Now, the way that I see it, the way that I would book it, I don't give a fuck what Meltzer said. I don't give a shit who reported. Roman Reigns is not going to be at the Survivor Series. I don't give a shit. Roman Reigns needs to be at Survivor Series. Now, do I believe the report? No. Survivor Series is one of the pay-per-views. If Roman works any fucking show all year, it's one of the big 5 pay-per-views. All 5 of them bitches, he works it. Simple. He works Rumble, he works Mania, he works SummerSlam, he works Survivor Series, he works Money in the Bank. Simple. I don't know why we are having this discussion. He doesn't want to work a Fastlane or a Backlash or a fucking Extreme Rules. Fine. So we got Seth Rollins for. He likes playing second fiddle. He likes becoming the second place guy in the company. He's content with being second best. It's great. Roman should be at Survivor Series. The only outcome that this match, this outcome, should give way to in Chicago is War Games. That's it. I don't give a fuck who you put on the team. I don't give a shit how you get us there. It should be Bloodline / Judgment Day against Cody and his boys. Some of you are already saying, well, don't put Cody and Roman in the ring for WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't. That's something that I want to see because it's going to make War Games bigger. Cody's getting involved with Roman at WrestleMania. We know that. So why not give us a taste of WrestleMania early? Bloodline's mixing it up and making business dealings with the fucking group that's ruining Cody's life right now. Why wouldn't he be a part of that? Why wouldn't he want to stop that? It's a great way to fucking tell his story. Let me get rid of Judgment Day and then I'll focus on the Bloodline. They're already half dead anyway. They're weakened, in a weakened state. That's the only outcome that this match should give way to. And Roman should absolutely work Survivor Series. Now, it's not very apparent that that is going to be the case because Cody and Damian Priest had a very good match. Basic Monday Night Raw match on a PLE. Nothing very special about it. But War Games could also play out in a completely different way from what we've seen tonight. And it might not even include the Bloodline. But at the end of the day, if you don't include the Bloodline, what are you doing with Jimmy Uso? What are you doing with Roman Reigns? And what are you doing with Solo Sikoa at Survivor Series when they don't really factor into anything else?
Yeah.
It's got to work out the way that I'm describing to you. Otherwise, it doesn't work at all. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. There's 5. There's 5 right there. Against Team Cody. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton's coming back. Randy Orton as the mystery 5th man.
Yep.
The only guy that makes sense there. Oh, what about John Cena? No. Oh, what about Ricochet? No. Those names aren't doing anything for me. They're not getting my feelings into Survivor Series. Randy Orton is getting my feelings into Survivor Series. Randy Orton's going to take War Games to the next level. Not only that, he's friends with Cody, and he hates Roman Reigns because the Bloodline put him out for a year and a half. I work for free. You don't even have to pay me for these ideas. Just fucking take it. I'll hand it to you on a silver platter. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Seriously. Roman should be at Survivor Series. Roman should be in War Games. Oh, what do you do with the rest of Judgment Day? I don't give a fuck what you do with the rest of Judgment Day. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Dominic's got something going on with Ricochet. Figure it out. Want to do Dominic versus Ricochet for the North American title? Figure it out.
Yeah.
You want to put Dominic in a team with Logan Paul against Ricochet and Rey Mysterio? Figure it out.
Exactly.
Sounds like a good Survivor Series match to me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you get everybody else covered in the War Games match. You get the rest of Judgment Day with Dominic. There. Does JD McDonough, do you guys want to see JD McDonough in a big role? Are you clamoring to see JD McDonough in a War Games match? Give me a fucking break. Oh, what about the rest of Judgment Day? I don't give a fuck. Is he even in Judgment Day officially? Nobody cares. That's how you gotta play it out. Figure it out. Because if LA Knight doesn't get some resemblance of fucking revenge here, the fuck did we hold this match on a PLE for? Why did we do this match today?
Yeah.
This afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh, but what about Drew McIntyre? I'm sorry, what do you want to do with Drew McIntyre? Run the match with Seth Rollins back.
Exactly. Hopefully they do that match. Drew McIntyre should definitely turn heel on Monday night. Do a rematch, have a stipulation telling a story. Do that.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Seriously. After tonight, you don't want to see another match with those guys? The look that Rhea Ripley gave him after he lost was a look of, I told you so. The deal is still on the table if you want it. Now you know what we could do for you. Run it back. Figure it out. Drew McIntyre doesn't need to be on a Judgment Day War Games team. Seth Rollins doesn't need to be on a Cody Rhodes-led War Games team. He's the world champion. He's got his own fucking problems. None of his problems consist with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Consist with Drew McIntyre. Figure it out. I just booked 3 huge matches for Survivor Series, and I'm not even including the women yet. Figure it out. That's the only thing that logistically makes sense coming out of the outcome of this Roman Reigns and LA Knight match. The other big thing that happened tonight, Kairi Sane, she returned to WWE, and she is back with the company. What this means for storyline, I don't really know. I don't. And at first glance, I want to say the return of Kairi Sane felt very lame.
Yeah.
That shit was as flat as fucking Pepsi, sitting out on your kitchen counter without the top on for 7 days. That's how fucking flat Kairi Sane's return felt when I seen her jump the barricade and give Bianca Belair a spinning back fist. Flat. Did I dislike it? At first glance, maybe for the first minute or two, I said, is that the best we got here? Debuting her in Saudi at Crown Jewel to the sound of fucking crickets.
Yeah.
Seriously. To the sound of what I hear when I open my window in the middle of the summer at 10 o'clock. Crickets. In fact, the sound of the fucking crickets when I open my window sounded a lot better than what Kairi Sane got tonight.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Flat. But with Kairi being interjected into this now, it definitely opens up a few interesting aspects. Number one, it gives WWE some story in the women's division. It's already taken Damage Control and made them a whole hell of a lot more interesting than before this show. Because now, with the inclusion of Kairi Sane helping Io win the match and retain the women's championship, what does this mean? Are the women getting a War Games match? Are we getting some fucking Japanese woman assassin group in War Games? I don't know. Is Bianca Belair gonna assemble a team of baby faces here to go against Io and her group? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. But Damage Control seems to be on the rocks. They seem to be on the verge of splitting up. Bayley didn't know what to think about Io hugging Kairi Sane. Michael Cole really made it apparent on commentary tonight that the reason why Kairi Sane was booted out of the WWE was because of Bayley. He explained their history before Kairi was let go, or she wasn't really let go. She left WWE. They pinned that solely on Bayley. So they're playing up the history between those two already, and Io knows Kairi for a very long time, longer than she knows Bayley. So is Damage Control going to be split up? Is Bayley going babyface, which I asked you guys last night on the SmackDown review? She needs something to change. Damage Control's a failure. With Kairi coming in, Io, Kairi, Asuka potentially, who else? I don't know. Seemingly looks like Bianca Belair is going to do battle with Io as Io surrounds herself with friends that she can trust and not Bayley. Because you've been seeing this on TV that Io doesn't really trust Bayley, and Bayley keeps getting in Io's business. So what did she do? She went to go call the one person that she knows best. The one person that's not going to fuck her over. So I like where this is going. It makes Damage Control much more interesting than they were at any other point in all of 2023. And what I also like is potentially, I don't know where Jade Cargill's going. I don't. But WWE really has thrown Jade Cargill out there in the public spotlight, whether it's on Raw, whether it's on SmackDown, whether it's on NXT. They mentioned her on commentary tonight. After the women's match where Rhea Ripley retained that championship, she could very well go to Monday Night Raw. But Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill as a super tag team against Io and Kairi, I mean, take my fucking money. I don't know about you guys, but I think that would be some pretty solid fucking storytelling if WWE wanted to do that on Friday night. But that would also really heavily swing the SmackDown women's division to being fucking unbelievable. If they add Kairi and then Jade over on SmackDown, and then leave Rhea with nobody. So a whole hell of a lot more interesting is Damage Control now. But Kairi Sane returns to the company. She looks fantastic. It was so great to see the insane elbow again. She delivered one hell of an elbow on Bianca Belair tonight. Fucking beautiful. And the Pirate Princess is back. I was a big fan of Kairi Sane in WWE. I was a big fan of her when she left. I thought she had some great work outside the WWE this year, but now she's back. And is she going to play a factor into the women getting a War Games match in Chicago at Survivor Series? Only time will tell. We got 3 weeks to tell that story. The other big thing that happened today was John Cena. John Cena and Solo Sikoa. John Cena teased retirement tonight. That's exactly what he wants you to think. John Cena ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
John Cena, the only place he's going is Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's not leaving WWE. He's not calling it quits yet. There's a lot of story for John Cena to tell, and we will get into what he said about how he wants his career to wind down and why he loves coming back to the WWE. But Hollywood is now first and foremost in John Cena's career, not the WWE. But he's back, and he did the job. A lot of us wondered if John Cena was going to go out there tonight and put Solo Sikoa over, and he did just that. And he did it beautifully. So enough of the John Cena slander. Enough of telling me and everybody else that John Cena sucks.
You got on Tinder to find
Yo, they got a commercial.
but you accidentally found the fall.
You may not like the professional wrestler that he is. You may not like that this guy, after fucking 3 Samoan spikes, still is calling spots in the ring tonight.
Yeah.
Like we didn't see what he was doing in the ring with Solo, yelling at him right on camera. At the end of the day, there's one guy in this company, if there's one guy in this company on that active roster that knows what needs to be done to help the future, it's John Cena. Very good match. I expected it to be a downer. I expected it to be mostly a house show match. I thought it was a very, very good match between John Cena and Solo Sikoa. We're going to go over Logan Paul. Him winning the United States Championship was predictable, but I'm going to flesh out exactly where the United States Championship is going from this point on into Survivor Series, into the Royal Rumble, and at WrestleMania. You may not like Logan Paul holding the United States Championship, but WWE is certainly going to love where Logan Paul takes the United States Championship when he's not on WWE television. What exactly was Rey Mysterio doing with the United States Championship that you guys wanted Rey Mysterio to beat Logan Paul tonight?
Nothing.
If you can give me a adequate answer, I'd love to hear them. Here's a spoiler. There are none.
Yeah.
The only thing Rey Mysterio should be doing is aiding the LWO and feuding with Santos Escobar, which I've been predicting since WrestleMania this year. And we'll talk about that today on the podcast. Thank you guys very much for joining.
And I thought it was a really good ending. So a Logan Paul champion, he'll probably feud with Ricochet. He'll definitely feud with Kevin Owens, probably at the Rumble, until we get to LA Knight. Rey Mysterio will feud with Santos. And that can be at WrestleMania, or that can be on a PLE.
Me right here on OTS. We're going to at WrestleMania. Good stuff. Say is probably against AJ Styles at the last Saudi show, and this was probably the best Seth Rollins match since his Logan Paul match.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. Good stuff. This could have absolutely been the main event of the show if they wanted it to. McIntyre started off. He took Rollins down. They traded chops. McIntyre started throwing Rollins around, hit a suplex. Rollins hit a running knee, came off the apron, went for a suicide dive, but McIntyre caught him in midair and then gave him an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. McIntyre continued to work over Rollins in the ring. Rollins started coming back with some chops. McIntyre hit a big kick, goes for a quick cover, gets a near fall. Rollins is now reeling on the ropes. He cut off McIntyre, landed back on his feet, connected with a kick of his own to McIntyre's head. Rollins then hits a knee and launched off the momentum of whatever he was doing with a rolling senton and then a lion salt for a near fall on Drew McIntyre. Rollins connected with a Falcon Arrow. Falcon Arrow is a great looking move. Not really a good substantial pinfall situation for Rollins, but it's impressive in itself because McIntyre's not a small guy. I would say, to me, the most impressive spot of the entire night, this was fucking incredible, what I'm about to tell you. So after the stomp, McIntyre kicks out of the two. Rollins.
All right.
For Survivor Series with.
Hold on. I think I missed it.
Helped him. He survived another night without a cash-in. Damian Priest has been teasing that cash-in all week. Maybe I'll cash it in on Roman. Maybe I'll cash it in on Rollins. You never know. But at the end of all this, McIntyre was sitting on a production crate backstage, dejected, sad, defeated. Rhea Ripley was about to make her way out to the ring for her championship matchup next. And she gave him a look like, I told you so. All you needed to do was listen to my guidance, listen to what I told you, take the deal that I gave you a few.
I think I'll skip some of this. Hold on. I might as well skip some of it and get to the ending.
Maybe Solo Sikoa is not going to be the one to retire him. He's going away for a little bit. Now, the match itself, I thought this was going to be a house show match.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be very reminiscent of a house show match. Couple of early spots where John Cena gets to control Solo.
The match was a lot better than the tag team match, actually.
Mid-match, calling spots on camera, dead to rights to everybody watching at home. John Cena calling spots when he's getting decimated with Samoan spikes left and right. Only John Cena. A fourth Samoan spike. Solo then grabs Cena off of the floor, off of the mat, after the fourth Samoan spike, repeatedly gave him a spike in the throat. He finally pinned him. 1, 2, 3, and Solo Sikoa beats John Cena clean in the middle of the ring. When everybody thought Cena was going to go over Solo absolutely spiked Cena into oblivion tonight and got the emphatic victory over John Cena. The biggest win of his career, the biggest match of his career, courtesy of John Cena. This was so much better than the tag team match at the last pay-per-view. Fastlane, what was it, Solo and Jimmy versus Cena and LA Knight? My God, was that match fucking boring. This was so much better than that. John Cena still chasing that big singles victory. When is it going to come? Where is it going to happen? Nobody knows. But John Cena on this night did the right thing. He made Solo a star, and Solo got the biggest win of his career. You cannot ask for anything better. Great shit. Then we got Miz TV. And if you guys wanted a fucking bathroom break, this was it.
Yeah.
This was it.
Yeah.
This was a waste of my fucking time.
Exactly.
So much so that I'm not even going to go over.
Yeah.
A waste of my time. They had some Saudi Hollywood actor there, I don't know, or Saudi actor to that country. I don't know who he is. I don't care who he is. Grayson Waller came out to distract and interrupt with the Grayson Waller effect. Whatever. It was a bathroom break for the show.
Yeah.
Don't care. Logan Paul. He went one-on-one with Rey Mysterio for the WWE United States Championship. Again, a match that people had penciled in as Logan Paul's winning the United States Championship. Fine. I know it's predictable. But it's how we get there is the question. It's the most important thing about this. How are we going to get there? And we got there. Logan Paul is the new United States champion. And I have no problem with that.
Me neither.
As long as it's not a world championship, I don't really give a shit. Why does anybody care?
Yeah. It's a mid-card.
Now, Logan Paul, I see a lot of people in the chat, and I saw a lot of people on social media, seen a lot of you guys beforehand when I talked about it in the beginning of the show. You don't really care about Logan Paul winning the United States Championship. Fine. You might not like Logan Paul. You might find it to be against what you want from WWE. Social media followers.
Yeah.
How exactly do you expect Rey Mysterio to generate that type of interest for the WWE holding the United States Championship?
Yeah.
Not going to happen. It was not working out as Rey Mysterio held the United States Championship. It was just going nowhere. Where were you going? So WWE did the one thing that they needed to do tonight, and they took the United States Championship off of Rey Mysterio and put it on Logan Paul. Logan Paul is going to box with that United States Championship in frame. He's going to walk down the aisle for his next boxing match with the United States Championship. He's going to be front and center on his podcast with the United States Championship. He's going to be doing media and social media on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and YouTube and all this other shit.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing appearances and interviews with the United States Championship draped over his shoulder.
Yeah.
in the Endeavor, now own WWE. You didn't think that they were going to go that road?
I did. It's more interesting, and there's a lot of storytelling with Logan Paul.
That route? Come on. Seen it from a mile away. It's what we do now with Logan Paul. You got to understand that, you know, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm not saying that I'm not. I book this shit for me. The way that I speak about this shit, sometimes I book it the way I would book it. For the hardcore fan, right? But I'm not an idiot. I know why they do what they do. I know how they work with who they work with, why they work with who they work with, why sometimes decisions like that are made. I get it. I don't give a fuck about the business side of things. I don't give a shit about the numbers side of things. I care about the creative side of things. But at the end of the day, not only was this a good business move for WWE, it was a good creative move for WWE. Rey Mysterio was not a good creative move for the United States Championship. Logan Paul is. But why do you say that, JD? Well, Logan Paul now, with the United States Championship, he has already planted seeds to continue a feud with Ricochet. That's great.
And he can wrestle Kevin Owens, probably at the Royal Rumble. And then hopefully WrestleMania we get LA Knight and Logan Paul. Imagine how the bill is going to be for that.
After their SummerSlam match, a lot of people were like, well, the way Logan Paul beat Ricochet, Ricochet's got to get his comeuppance. He's got to get his revenge at some point, right? When and where that's going to happen, I don't know. Is it going to happen for the United States Championship? Probably not. But if they want to do a United States Championship match with Ricochet, they could absolutely do that. I don't think that's where they're going with this, though. WWE could do Ricochet and Logan Paul at Royal Rumble. That's where they really cross paths for the first time anyway. Do a United States Championship match at the Royal Rumble. First of all, let's start at Survivor Series. Continuing with Logan Paul and Ricochet. Ricochet's feuding with Dominic Mysterio. Logan Paul has kind of befriended Dominic Mysterio as of late. The last couple times on TV anyway, he sided with Dominic Mysterio, so clearly they're continuing that. Survivor Series, I could see Logan Paul team with Dominic Mysterio against Ricochet and Rey Mysterio. Not only do you get Ricochet and Logan Paul in the ring at the same time, you get Logan Paul for cheating tonight in the ring with Rey Mysterio, and then you get Rey in the ring with Dominic. I mean, that just logistically makes sense from all different angles. It's the way I would. You could do Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I don't think that's the way to go about it. I think you include Rey and Dom. Dom's not going to be included, or at least I would include Dom in War Games. I wouldn't. Not if you mix Bloodline and Judgment Day together.
Yeah.
Then you come out of that match and come out of Survivor Series with Logan Paul still being the United States champion. There's no pay-per-view in December. We worry about the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's happening in Tampa at the end of January, the last September and January. You could do Logan Paul versus Ricochet there, or you could do Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, which they conveniently and subtly planned. They planted seeds for that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last week, in fact.
Yep.
When Logan Paul walked by Kevin Owens wearing a Rey Mysterio shirt, and he said, that shirt sucks. It's quite the interaction there. A very random interaction.
And Logan Paul did have an interaction with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 37. Yeah, remember Kevin Owens gave him a stunner after his match with Sane. So that's something that they can also do. That would be great. Kevin Owens needs something to do on SmackDown, needs some big matches. I think Logan Paul's a great feud. So that's I think they should do it maybe at the Rumble. Maybe in Australia. It might be too long. I don't know.
I could see Kevin Owens going after Logan Paul for the United States Championship. That would be a banger match. I don't see Kevin Owens winning the United States Championship, but I could see Logan Paul and Kevin Owens having a damn good match in Tampa at the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul would win. Logan Paul then goes to the Elimination Chamber in front of 75,000 people in Perth. I could see him defend the title there. You know that WWE is going to want Logan Paul on a major international show. Maybe he defends the title there against Ricochet. Maybe another rematch against Rey Mysterio. Who knows? Maybe a new challenger is lined up. I don't know. And then we get to WrestleMania, where it ends, and I predictably think, this is my prediction, I think LA Knight and Logan Paul is the end goal. I think LA Knight and Logan Paul is the destination for Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40, United States Championship on the line, the biggest United States title match that WWE has done for the United States Championship, with Logan Paul getting his ass beaten by LA Knight and LA Knight winning his first major championship.
Yep.
That's the road I would take for LA Knight as United States champion. Or Logan Paul, I should say, as well, as the United States champion, with Logan Paul dropping the title to LA. It's the way I would do it. The only thing that makes sense. I've predicted this for weeks now. If you guys have been watching my live stream, I've said this for weeks. Weeks. Now, the monkey wrench in all this is Santos Escobar. He played a big factor into the ending of the match.
Yep.
And let's see how we got there. The ending was pretty weak. I have to admit. Why do you think it was weak, JD? It set up a potential heel turn for Santos Escobar. No shit, Sherlock. Thank you. Thank you for pinpointing the obvious. I get it. You guys think you're smarter than me. I get it. Like, I haven't been predicting Santos versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 40 since WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Everybody that watches me on a weekly basis knows I have said the WrestleMania match in Philadelphia should be Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio, whether the championship is on the line or not. That's your match. With Santos turning heel. Let's figure it out. The match itself, this was, you may think differently, this is just my point of view. I thought this was the weakest Logan Paul match in his entire WWE run. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah.
Felt very clunky. The crowd did not find themselves excited or interested in what was going on here.
Yeah.
And it just felt flat. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was expecting something else. Logan Paul is great.
Yeah.
But there were spots in this match that were very clunky. It was sloppy. Crowd didn't help at all, which led to the match feeling very unimpressed. Or leaving me unimpressed. They left the match unimpressive. I didn't find any energy to care about this match because of the crowd reaction or the lack thereof of crowd reaction. So we got some back and forth early between these two guys. Logan Paul took Rey Mysterio, held him on the ground. He picked up Rey Mysterio with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Mysterio, trying to fight back, dodged a corner strike from Logan Paul. And Logan Paul goes to the outside, hit a suicide dive out to the floor, did Rey Mysterio. We go back in the ring. Logan Paul managed to connect on a very sloppy-looking buckshot lariat.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio from being dropped on his head and lifted Rey Mysterio up and fixed the situation by delivering a power slam after catching Mysterio off of the moonsault. Very sloppy spot, but Logan Paul somehow made it work.
I might skip to the ending.
It's on Rey Mysterio. My point is, they could have come up with a
Hold on.
tweeted that the ending came off fucking stupid. It was ridiculous. Not only was this the worst Logan Paul match of his entire WWE run so far, and I don't mean that in a hugely negative way. It was still a serviceable match. It just didn't live up to the quality of Ricochet and Rollins and Reigns. And you would think with Rey Mysterio, the magic that they can create in the ring. We didn't get anywhere close.
Maybe
to
just the
clunky,
chemistry.
couple of botches in there. And the finish came off fucking stupid. Now, I get what everybody is saying. The finish came off strange because he left the knuckles, the brass knuckles on the apron, and in pro wrestling logic, you would think that Escobar left the Knuckles on the apron because he really wanted Rey Mysterio to lose, and he left them there for Logan Paul. But he ended up chasing this guy away because he did not want the brass knuckles to be used on Rey Mysterio. My point is, they could have come up with a better ending to give Logan Paul the United States Championship. A human being in that spot is not going to pick up the brass knuckles, stop the brass knuckles from being used in a nefarious way, only to then, oh, let me put the brass knuckles on the ring apron after the whole fucking reason for him being out there is to stop the brass knuckles from being used. I would not make that decision as a human being.
I know, right?
If I'm chasing this guy, the brass knuckles go in my pocket, and I go chase this guy away from ringside because Rey Mysterio, he's got a one-on-one fair match now with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But everybody's telegraphing a fucking heel turn. Where on WWE television have we gotten any hint of a heel turn between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio? I can name 2 fucking instances, and even the instances that I've seen don't really speak to me as, oh my God, he's turning heel. There were 2 instances. One, where he was in a tag team match against the Hurt Business, and they lost. And Rey Mysterio looked at Santos Escobar, and Santos Escobar looked for a split second like he was upset at Rey Mysterio and that he was going to blame him for losing against the Street Profits. And then the other thing was they were backstage, and Carlito was being welcomed into the LWO, and Santos Escobar was looking like, why do we need this guy? Almost in a jealous type of emotion that fell over Santos Escobar's body. Like, I don't want this guy here. You got me. Him being here is now gonna devalue me. It is now gonna diminish my role. Meanwhile, Rey Mysterio just brought Carlito into the LWO. That I saw as a potential problem for Santos Escobar as well. But there was nothing outside that. There has been nothing outside that has even telegraphed a fucking heel turn. Now, if they tell the story of Santos leaving the brass knuckles on the apron on purpose because he wanted Logan Paul to win because of Rey Mysterio and him being upset at Rey Mysterio for some reason, then fine. But it still comes off as stupid. If you wanted Santos to turn heel, he should have been the one to hit Rey Mysterio with the brass knuckles behind the referee's back tonight, but they don't want to do that because they got to long play it. They got to slow burn it. That would have made a lot more sense than what we saw tonight. Right now, he just comes off as stupid. Right now, everybody's going off of a hunch that he left him there for Logan Paul. Is Rey Mysterio going to call this shit out? Rey Mysterio didn't even seem to fucking care when he lost the goddamn match. He didn't care about the brass knuckles being left there by Santos. He didn't even realize. All he knows is that Logan Paul used the brass knuckles. He don't know how Logan Paul got possession of the brass knuckles. He don't know where the brass knuckles were. Yes, but Santos is turning heel. Great. Like we didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've been claiming this was going to be the case for months now.
Yeah, me too.
I called it after WrestleMania. I called it during SummerSlam. Before SummerSlam.
Yeah, me too.
Your WrestleMania match in Philadelphia is Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Boom.
Yep, that's your match.
Pass the torch.
Yep.
LWO finished. Legado. Heel Santos. Him turning on Rey is going to be a big deal. I just thought the ending came off a little stupid because as a human being, your first instinct is, hey, I'm out there to stop the brass knuckles from being used. I'm going to put them in my pocket, not put them on the fucking ring apron. Just a little silly. Anyway, I like Logan Paul winning the United States Championship. I think it's going to do well with the title being on him. It's just the ending, and you guys might not make the save in the first place if he didn't have Rey Mysterio's, well-being in the back of his mind? I don't get it. It's just a little weird for me, man. Seriously. Downer of the match, to be quite honest with you, because of the crowd reaction. There was not lots of energy for this match tonight, and I don't know what happened here. I don't. I loved their match in Puerto Rico. Unbelievable match.
Yeah, me
between these
too.
two. But the crowd was all the difference in that match. Unbelievable reaction. In Saudi Arabia, not so much. So it just felt a little flat to me.
Yeah.
Channeled his inner thinking. Not a single fucking peep in Saudi Arabia. Now, Kairi looks great. She looked fantastic. To Kairi Sane. You might not care that there's no reaction. You just may be happy that she's back, but I got to call it out. There was no reaction in Saudi Arabia. Does Saudi Arabia know who Kairi Sane is? Probably not. But Triple H, and I got to call this out because everybody thinks I, am riding Triple H's fucking coattails, and I'm a Triple H shill, and I'm a Triple H dick rider, and all this other shit, right? Triple H has fucked up several returns for several different women.
Yeah.
This is not the first time he's fucked this up. This is a very questionable return in this moment with this crowd that got zero reaction. Now, he did the same thing with Tegan Knox. He did the same thing with Candice LeRae. He did the same thing with Indy Hartwell.
And Emma.
I mean, Triple H is guilty of putting these women in spots that get zero reaction, and they don't come off as impactful. This could have waited. This could have waited till we got back to the States. This didn't need to happen in Saudi Arabia. I think Kairi Sane, being the biggest name of the return of ladies here in the WWE, deserves a little bit better of a return. That's all I'm saying. Not the place to bring her back. Triple H is constantly fucked up with the women, putting them in situations where they debut or return and there's no reaction. You're fighting behind very, very big when you put them in that spot. Now, hopefully it's a different reaction when we get back to the States on Friday night. Hopefully it's a little bit of a better reaction going into Chicago for Survivor Series. But tonight, zero reaction. So after Kairi Sane made a return, spinning back fist, the referee tees counting Belair out. All of a sudden, she's back in the ring. Three solid tag teams right there. Again, I'm giving you this information. Was fine. Crowd was super into Cody. Damian Priest here. Basic Monday Night Raw main event. I mean, I don't know what else you guys want me to say. Don't know what else you want me to say. Cody Rhodes beats Damian Priest. This one went about, I would say, 10 minutes or so. I didn't really, keep a track on how long this went. Crowd was fine. Crowd was super into Cody. They did the, whole fucking, whoa! Twice, and then 2 times after he won the match, the whole fucking thing. They did the Rollins, too, where they did his fucking singing of his theme song. The whole, whoa!
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't give you guys my melodious, angelic voice in the beginning of the show. Cody Rhodes wins here. Rhodes started off hot. Damian Priest managed to get some offense in here at ringside. Rhodes floats over Priest, landed on his injured ankle. Uh-oh, Cody with the injured ankle. This allowed Priest to get the advantage here. Rhodes came back in a disaster kick. JD McFish. McSkillet, McRib. I don't know who eats McDonald's, but not for me. If I'm going to eat fast food, Chick-fil-A. Throwing that out there. Even that. Very rare. Chick-fil-A. The lines are too long. Ever go to a Chick-fil-A? Jesus fucking Christ, the line is like fucking 6 miles long every time. Why? Ridiculous. The fuck are they putting in the chicken nuggets, man? This gives Priest the opening, and he hits South of Heaven. Dominic Mysterio then comes out with a chair. Jey Uso then comes out with a super kick on Dominic Mysterio. Rhodes makes a comeback. Hit a big Cody cutter from the top, which I thought was it. He then gets up and hits not one, 2, 3, crossroads. Ha, ha, ha. Like Sesame Street out here.
Yeah,
What's with the 3 crossroads?
it was
Yeah,
unnecessary.
thanks, Cody. Thanks, Cody. Today's number is number 3.
Yeah,
1 crossroads, 2 crossroads, 3 crossroads. Ha, 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 ha.
it was
The
unnecessary.
fucking count. It's great.
Don't force
Cody
these
Rhodes wins.
finishers down. No.
No Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. Jey Uso was the only one. We had Damian Priest, we had Finn Balor, we had J.D. McRib, and we had Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio out there. We had all members of Judgment Day out there, minus Rhea, and the only one that came out to help was Jey Uso. Does Cody not have any friends? I mean, where are Cody's friends here? Where's Sami Zayn? Ah, what the fuck do I know, man? I'm not booking the goddamn show. I'm not Paul Levesque. I don't. Whatever. Cody Rhodes wins. What's the next chapter in his story? War Games. If it ain't the way I laid it out for you, figure it out.
Exactly.
Main event. Roman Reigns. Yeet. Roman Reigns defends the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against LA Knight. Yeah!
Yeah.
Now we got echoes for yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much echo, huh?
Yeah.
LA Knight, Roman Reigns, main event, Universal Championship. Coming near the end here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the stream tonight. He's not the most exciting in-ring performer. LA Knight's moveset is very basic. He works with what he is given. He's athletic. He looks great. He's over. He's got the catchphrase. He's a great promo. But, you know, you're not expecting him to go out there and wrestle like a fucking Bryan Danielson. You're not looking for him to go out there and wrestle a 5-star match. He's going to bring what he can bring and be very well at it. But there's a limit to what LA Knight can do. He wrestles, honestly, he wrestles like an early 1990s professional wrestler. He's got his spots, he's got his signature moves, and that's it. You're not expecting anything more from him because it's mostly crowd reaction, emotion, right? And then the big spots. So, we got the introductions. We got the hype, we got the feel, we got the bell ringing. This felt like a big deal. This felt like a big-time main event. Knight went right after Roman Reigns. He did. Immediately right after Roman Reigns. Knight came back with a big shoulder block after Roman Reigns kind of tried to stop his offensive onslaught for a little bit. Came back with a shoulder block on the apron, slammed Roman down. Roman goes to the outside, takes a little bit of a timeout with Paul Heyman. LA Knight in a baseball slide out to the floor because he didn't want Roman Reigns to be taking a time out here. He took Roman down with a clothesline off the apron. Reigns eventually takes control and works a slow offensive style, very methodical here. He whipped LA Knight into the turnbuckle very hard. Roman laid some submission holds on LA Knight. He was doing his thing, kind of mocking the crowd and talking trash to Knight and the crowd. He mocked LA Knight's hand gestures. LA Knight. Yeah, whatever. Fuck off. So he's mimicking and making fun of the crowd and LA Knight. But Reigns hit a Superman punch on the outside in between this melee. So he knocked LA Knight out. He gets in the ring, hits a massive spear. He gets a 1, 2, and LA Knight kicks out. Reigns then applied a guillotine to Knight. Knight escapes, cut Reigns off, and hit a BFT. Now, you would think, with LA Knight having the championship on the line, oh man, I just hit my finishing move. Let me drag the champion to the middle of the ring so he doesn't put his foot on the bottom rope. LA Knight, I guess, lost train of thought here. He makes the cover off the BFT. Jimmy Uso's on the outside. Referee counts 1, 2, and Jimmy Uso puts the foot on the bottom rope. Referee sees the foot, stops the count. A little ridiculous. LA Knight then said, you know what, fuck this shit. He leaves Roman Reigns in the ring. He goes out to attack Jimmy. He eventually puts him through the announce table. He is now on the outside by the timekeeper's area. He's got his back turned. He turns around. Roman spears him right through the ringside barricade by the timekeeper's area. Rolled him back into the ring. Speared him one more time. 1, 2, 3. And LA Knight loses to outside interference from the Bloodline. Again. The same ending that every other Roman Reigns match has seen, and LA Knight is now the recipient and the culprit of bullshit booking from Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Decent match. It was more about LA Knight standing up to the test of Roman Reigns in the main event for the World Championship, how he was going to conduct himself, how he was going to stand there face to face with the biggest star in the industry. He did all that. He passed the test with flying colors. That was basically all this was about. And this is why I had a problem with it. You risked LA Knight's momentum. You risked LA Knight's heat with the crowd to have him lose in the same way that everybody else has fallen to Roman Reigns. That was the top of WWE's priority list. How do we get LA Knight to lose this match, because we're not taking the title off Roman until WrestleMania? How do we get LA Knight in this match to lose while keeping his momentum and building him the same way, hot, into Survivor Series? I guess the only thing was the Bloodline. That's the only thing that these collective minds came up with. Oh, we'll go with the Bloodline.
Because you can't do a clean finish. If LA Knight lost clean, then LA Knight done did. It actually hurts him a lot. He kind of loses momentum. And we're probably the guy going to be a champion one day. So we had to have LA Knight lose off a fuck finish. We can't do a clean finish. You have to have some bullshit. You have to have some bullshit booking. You have to have interference and some weird way to end the match.
That's the only thing you could come up with. Why not just have Cody beat Damian Priest and maybe one other member of Judgment Day out there? Where's Rhea? What about Rhea Ripley? What about Rhea Ripley and all of her dealings with the Bloodline? Why aren't we playing into the fact that the Judgment Day and the Bloodline have this partnership? Why couldn't that be the reason LA Knight lost? Why did it have to be Jimmy Uso? Who gives a shit about Jimmy Uso? At least with the Bloodline interfering, then it gives LA Knight a reason to back Cody Rhodes, to be in War Games, because he lost a chance at beating the biggest name in the sport because of the Bloodline. And now he wants his revenge on the Bloodline, and he's going to team with Cody to be at war at Survivor Series. I mean, I don't know why I'm the only one that's talking about it.
I know, right? Me too.
Why? Why are we doing the same fucking ending every single time, every match for the last 3 years.
There's only been a few
Did
matches
LA
where
Knight
it
get
went clean.
buried? No. Stop the narrative about LA Knight being buried. LA Knight wasn't buried. We can still get to where I just told you, but WWE should have let it play out tonight. I don't know why we need to wait for TV to let that play out. Are we even going to get Roman Reigns in War Games? For all we know, he could really be missing Survivor Series, which I think would be a huge fail. What do you do with LA Knight then? Does Jimmy get involved in War Games? Do we get Jimmy? Do we get Solo? Do we get Finn, Damian, and JD McDonough in War Games? Against Cody, Sammy, Jay, LA Knight, and then Randy Orton. Because I think Randy Orton fits best.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting 3 weeks. This is the one thing that I'm waiting for, man. I'm excited to see what Triple H has in store. I'm excited to see what he does to give us War Games, what the teams are going to be. Because we got War Games announced. It's happening at Survivor Series. But we will figure it out.
Hopefully. I can't wait
The
for a
last thing
while.
that I want is Roman Reigns going on another vacation. We got all of November, all of December, and then all of January. He's not going to be taking 3 months off. He will be back. If he's going to be off TV, he will be back in January to build for his title match at the Royal Rumble against whoever that may be. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, I don't know. Whoever the fuck they put in there with him. I don't know. But right now, all WWE's doing is padding Roman Reigns' stats so that he gets as close to Hulk Hogan as possible. He ain't going nowhere. For him to break Hogan's record, it's got to take him into SummerSlam. I don't know why we're so, why we're so in the business of keeping Roman off of television. There are people there for him to defend the title against. There are things for him to do. He should not be missing Survivor Series. Anyway. I appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with me tonight, man. We are going to get into the super chat portion of the show.
Yeah. Alright, I think I might will end this video. Video was very, very long, 2 hours and 30 minutes. That was JD from New York. He just got done with his review. Alright. Now this is Solomon for sound off.
Type annual Hunger Games and see the poster.
Might will skip some of this.
Because at no point was LA Knight realistically going to be the one to take the championship from Roman Reigns.
I do want to skip this before I end the video. Make sure you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I will go into the super chat and see what y'all were saying. I'll end the video in a few minutes. Just want to let you guys hear Solomon the sound off and see his review. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He's probably, of all those people that you can name, whether it's Austin, whether it's Hogan, Savage, whether it's Cody Rhodes or somebody else, when he loses Solo, he's got nobody else. What's Paul Heyman going to do, right? So that's where things are headed as far as the bloodline. But I want to say a word here about John Cena. What John Cena did, because he took the clean loss in the middle of the ring. Even the win that Austin Theory got at WrestleMania was not clean, right? There was some high kicks involved there, low blows, right? It was a low blow. It wasn't really totally clean. It was clean enough, but not totally. There was no ambiguity here about this. He got his ass beat, plain and simple, in the middle of the ring, and he gave him a lot in that match. Right? There was maybe more back and forth than I was even expecting. But again, Cena mostly sold. He
made a little bit of a comeback, and he still lost in the end. It felt like a match that was building to a John Cena win. It kind of threw me for a loop there because the way things were building, I thought Cena was winning, and he didn't. I was really happy. And John Cena, people will say a lot of things about John Cena, or they did, back then.
Hold on.
He looks like he's part of the roster. He's bigger than probably half the fucking people on the roster, physically. But in the ring, the guy can go. I don't have an issue with him being the United States champion. What I have an issue with is if you put the U.S. title on somebody who is not committed to making more consistent, regular appearances on television on a show where you already have a part-time absentee champion. That is what I am curious to see. How often do we see him now on the show? Is he going to be at Survivor Series? Is Logan going to be in a match at Survivor Series? Are we not going to see him again for a while? And I would expect he'll be on SmackDown this Friday, but we don't know. We only have his schedule up to this point to go by, and it's not looking good. And I don't know how you can have two singles champions like that making rare appearances on the show, when this show should revolve around people who want to be the champion. Hard to do that when your champion's out. So I hope they have an agreement with him. We'll start seeing him more often on television. He's got two very obvious challengers between now and WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, which they already teased on SmackDown last week. They had their little exchange in the hallway. Kevin Owens is one, and LA Knight is the other. Because I don't know what the hell else you have him doing at WrestleMania. He's not the one challenging Logan Paul. He's not wrestling Roman Reigns. And it doesn't look like he's going to Raw. He's not winning the Royal Rumble. So Kevin Owens, their anime character or something, he's saying, "Oh yeah, Io, she'll defend her title against this person." They were holding up on camera, so it looked great. It's like those old Cesaro section signs that you would see. Everybody had. And LA Knight's son when he came. Michael Cole said that only two men stand ahead. The joke, right? Io didn't seem to think so. So Io doesn't trust him. Look at that. People finally woke up for Cody Rhodes. Rubbing their eyes. Oh, man. Ugh. Oh, it's Cody, everybody. Whoa! Right? They wanted to do the whoa part of his theme song. I'll tell you what, if that part didn't get them up, fucking Pyro would have. Probably woke up all of Saudi Arabia. And yet I still get a knuckle dragger every now and then on my social media to tell me, Cody's not really over. He's not really that over. So Damian attacked Cody while he was still on the ropes doing his entrance. Cody was selling the bad ankle. That enforcements were Dominic Mysterio coming out with a steel chair. One stop cutter, and then later a top rope Cody cutter. And then finally he hit him with 3 straight crossroads, and he pinned him to win. This was a television. We knew this going in. Smash did not need to happen on this show. This is the buffer for the main event. And the people love seeing Cody and they love seeing Jey Uso. So that's why it was on the show. But it was a TV match, nothing more, nothing less. It was also the 3rd straight match with outside interference on the show. Back to back to back. And we were not done yet because we still had our main event, which was up next. It was Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Universal title against LA Knight. Michael Cole said that only 2 men stand ahead of Roman Reigns in his quest on his path to become the longest reigning champion of all time. Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan. Let us take a moment to say a prayer for the memory here in WWE history where Bob told himself on commentary before in talking about all the people that Roman Reigns is getting close to. Pedro Morales, right? Ask him. He's mentioned Bob Backlund. Mentioned Bob Backlund. He never even held the title. And even if WWE is finally officially acknowledging and recognizing Antonio Inoki's little stay title run in Japan in 1979.
Wow, it's almost 3 hours. Well, I might want to end the video. Can think I made it long enough. I made the longest one yet. Well, I'll end the video. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.